And we're live. We're live. Thanks for everybody for coming over. Y'all might have been watching Cash is King. I don't know. Thought we'd do a little double header tonight. Who do we got in here first? This Truck in Life. Looks like he was first. He wins. Snorlord OG in the house. We'll wait for some people to get in here before we start. WCF Invader, I'm present. Just glad I didn't roll my trailer last month without a safety video. I was very concerned. Yeah, I apologize for missing that safety video last month. I hope that nobody crashed and burned due to my neglect. Cheap Freight Hauler, good evening, everybody. CJ Hudson in the house. Jerome Jones, thanks for coming in. Fate Trucking, about time. Calvin Leak, Top Rope. B Saunders, what up? Tonight, it's been a while since I've been live, so I thought we get some catching up to do. I did send one Cash is King a link here. We'll see if anybody wants to come in and join me. That'd be okay. Fate Trump in the house. I'll join shortly after I wipe my lip. All right. Chief Ray Holler, DIY, when applying for a broker bond, do they just look at credit score or do they look at depth of your credit also? Most likely it's lending for idiots, so they're probably just looking at your FICO score. I suppose it depends on who you're applying for, but it's mostly based on your credit score. I imagine if you're getting into where you're doing a lot of business, you'll probably look a little deeper. I'd imagine. I don't know. I'm back at the shipper where I almost got arrested, not walking. Did a FOIA request for the video footage and report. Fingers crossed they give it to you. That would make some good video. Gary Bates with the thumbs up poop emoji as usual. Jerry Sun in the house. Georgia Patriot Cash is King sent me. Well, that's good. Rory stopping in from across the pond. Across the pond. Bob Lowe missed Cash's show, but they're now to learn some trucker wisdom. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Trucker Cliff and RGB. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been live. Just wanted to come in and just kind of talk about what's been going on. A lot of things. Nothing exciting. A lot of, well, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. I do have something exciting, but it's not yet time to talk about it. Just launched my first employee driver last week on, let's see, I think he came on Tuesday. We did a couple of days of orientation, moved the equipment, blah, blah, blah. Here he is. Here's the man. Just talking about launching my first company driver there, Cash.
Yeah.
Last week.
People don't know it was not me.
Allegedly.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So go ahead.
Questions, lots of questions, obviously, about this.
Yes. Lots to talk about.
Yes. So, what have you told everybody about it? What are you willing to divulge?
This is the first time really. I said I bought a truck for that purpose, and this is the first I'm talking about it since then.
Okay.
So kind of an open book, within reason. But just talking about, brought him in last Monday. I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. Couple days of orientation, and then brought him in Monday. Put him on the road Wednesday is what we did. I went out with him for a day just to get acclimated to the equipment and everything, and how I like to do the paperwork. And we just did a short hopper across the state, and then turned him loose on Thursday. He's doing pretty good, I gotta say. Wasn't really accustomed to doing, long haul. More of a, did more of a regional thing, but doing well with that. Absent of all the other disasters that we've had. So it was I was short on trailers, so I bought one like the day before I gave it to him. I quick ran it through the shop for a DOT. Everything looked good. There was a couple sketchy tires. I replaced a tire and ran it through the reefer shop. Everything was good. Drove like 200 miles on to get the title, brought it back so I could register it, get everything set, give it to him. That night he blows 2 trailer tires going down the road. So that turned into a 6-hour ordeal and $1,100 for a road call. And It was dark out, didn't really see that the damage took out the mud flap. So then next day had to put them down a little bit again for mud flap, and then way to Virginia, blew the radiator out of the truck. So that's where we're at right now. We're not setting any fires. Well, maybe setting things on fire, but not not setting any
For
records.
insurance purposes.
Yeah, we're paying out more right now in bills than you know what we're making. But it was not his fault, and nothing he could have done to blow the radiator. But I had a service failure on it was somebody that I use all the time. We have a very close relationship, so but they're cool with it. It's not like we do it all the time. And it was a Walmart load, so we're waiting on a Walmart reschedule. So the truck should be done tomorrow. So incidentally, proactive, we went and tracked down the radiator, had it brought in, blah blah blah. In the process of replacing the radiator, they punched a hole in the condenser, an AC condenser. So they're going to pay
Damn.
for that. The guy's real good about it. He's like, I'll pay for it. Problem is, I can't get one till tomorrow, which is Saturday. Like,
Ouch.
all right, well, we got our appointment rescheduled for Sunday, so we're all good as long as it gets done. I was about to bobtail down there and pick up the trailer because the truck wasn't getting done. 1,000 miles, pick up the trailer, make the delivery just to get it off the trailer. It's a loaded perishable. It needs to get delivered. So that's how that's going so far. Taking a lot of L's there, and then, of course, the place we break down, it's in West Virginia, and the West Virginia State Fair is going on right now. So hotel rooms are $250 a night, and
Oh.
rental cars are double because I got to have them keep going to check the reefer and all that stuff, and maybe run for parts. So every day is like $600, and then I pay him layover pay. We're gonna pay him some layover pay and gas for the rent. It's this turned out to be a very expensive proposition. It'll take probably a month's profit will be gone down the tubes here, but we'll see. Anyway, other than that, it's all regulatory stuff, and I'll get into that. I'll touch on it all tonight, but we'll break it down. Not all the info is completely in yet. There's a lot of reports I haven't filed for the first time yet, and I learned about a new one that I did not know about. Knew about all the other ones, I just didn't know how to do them. So we're learning about that, and yeah. So what are some of your questions before I get into all that?
Is this like something you're testing, or have you got plans to grow this?
It's too soon to tell. I mean, it's a mess right now. Like he knows he's the first one for me, and this is very much a learning process. We'll see how it goes. Ideally, I'd like to do more of it. Right now, I gotta say my judgment's a little clouded because of all the things that are happening. But it he wants it. He's motivated. He wants to. All he cares about is doing a good job and learning. He wants to have his own truck someday. So I think he's the right person to start with, and maybe someday he does move into his own truck. I'm sure, but it's a pilot program for the moment.
Okay. Do you mind me asking, what are you paying cents per mile?
I'm paying percentage because I don't have anything to base it on, right? I don't have any, have the data for the other guys what they do, but this is a different situation. I'm fully in control of the loads and all that stuff, but I don't have any solid data of, okay, this is what it's going to be. So I'm like, well, this is how we're going to do it right now. We're going to do percentage, and it should average out, pretty good. That's, we do a lot of short loads, so it's not really fair to him to be on mileage when we're doing, a load that might be 250 miles for the day, right? So paying him percentage really rewards him and gives him a really good wage for not turning that many miles. So I think it averages out because there's long loads mixed in there. For the moment, I just don't know any other good way to do it. And once I have something to base numbers on, and maybe once I have those numbers to base things on, maybe it stays percentage. If the driver's happy with it and I'm happy with it, then maybe it stays that way. I think that's a fair way to be. I don't know. As long as you're not, out there hauling JB Hunt dry freight for 90 cents a mile, which, we're not. So, and reefer, it's different than you don't turn a lot of miles in reefer, as opposed to maybe
Right.
how you do with van. So that's how we're doing that. And his daily rate has been pretty good. Obviously, when we're moving, this last couple days here ain't been moving, but we'll get through it, get past it, and back on the road.
Okay.
Next question.
How did you find this driver?
Mm, he had emailed me about a year ago. We've been talking for about a year, and originally it was going to jump right into owning a truck, and there's been some delays in that. He's building a truck right now, and it's just keeps getting delayed, and it's setbacks after setbacks. And he's like, I really want to get started. So, like, well, you really want to get started. I really want to try this company driver thing. Sounds like a good deal for both of us, because if you don't like it, you're going to be moving into your own truck. And if I don't like it, I don't have to fire somebody because you're just moving on to your own truck. So uh, it's probably about as much of a win-win as I could ask for, or as I should say, as fair a deal as I could ask for.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's what a bummer to start out that way, but I mean, like, it's the way life is sometimes.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
I feel bad about it, but hey, it's trucking. Happens to all of us at some point. And he has ambitions to do different things other than reefer, so it might be an opportunity to open up some new avenues for us as a company. Kind of looking forward to that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if we can do stuff like that, but we'll see.
yeah.
So that's what has been going on here. Bought so that's the silver truck that I bought a month ago or so, something like that. And then I bought two trailers since then. I bought a 2017 utility reefer, and then I bought a 2018 utility reefer. The 2017 has a carrier. The 2018 has a Thermo King on it. They both have duals. I'm trying to get away from the super single thing because it's just breaking me. Um, I know there's differing opinions on that. I've come to the conclusion that if I'm not the one seeing them every day and taking care of them, it's going to be a losing proposition for me. So
Yeah.
trying to get all back to duals. I only have one trailer left with singles on it, and then two of the guys that lease to me have trailers with super singles. But other than that, I'm going back to all duals.
Okay. Do you think you think that trailer maybe set a while or something, and reason those trailer tires blew out like that, or?
They got some irregular wear on them. I mean, I checked them over. Uh, I knew they had irregular wear, but they really didn't seem that bad yet. One of them blew and took out the other one. Is what happened. The other one,
Oh, okay.
absent of the other one blowing, it pulled the mud flat bracket into it. So
Oh,
it would have just been one, but turned out being two. So that's a grand there. Last week we had a super single in the middle of the night. It would be $1,600. Get that thing
mm,
fixed. But you tell them to bring out a cheaper one, and they bring out a brand new Virgin Michelin.
nice. It's the only one we got.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, don't you love that? Like, damn, y'all are a tire place and y'all stocking one tire. Like, damn it, buys.
Hmm. Hmm. So learning a lot. It was quite a process. I tell you what, I'll say it right off the bat. Anybody out there who has employees, like legit W-2 employees, my hat's off to you for what you go through, and not like dealing with the employees, but I mean like on the paperwork side of it. This is absolutely ridiculous. It is, I mean, next to impossible to hire somebody these days. Let me find my spreadsheet here. and I'll just go briefly over some of the different items. Let me find it here. Um, Give me a second. I got to go back through some emails and find it. But fire me another question while I'm doing this, finding this email.
What made you want to get a company driver?
I want to know if I can. I want to know if it works. Not that I don't believe other people's data and stuff, but I want to know if I can do it. I don't know what they did, but I got to know if I can. And if I want to grow a company, there's different ways to do it, and I don't want to shortchange myself of not exploring this whole other avenue of what could be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It
Uh,
wasn't because you think like an AB5 could come to Wisconsin, or
that's not really my concern, but I mean that kid, that's legit. Could happen.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing to get. So, all right, my employee is in a different state, so you have to find out which state you're going to do all these filings in and withholdings, because not every state allows. Say I'm in Wisconsin, right? If say I was based in Illinois, Illinois might not allow me to do my workers' comp in Illinois if my employee lives in Pennsylvania, or New Jersey might not let me pay workers' comp on employee out there in my home state. So you got to find out where you're going to file these different things. So my guy happens to be from Pennsylvania, so that adds, a bunch more things. Well, first of all, you got workers' comp. Oh, let me preface it by this, right? So, the great debate is W-2 or 1099. Well, after going through this, and this is, hey, I'm all for everybody can do what the hell they want. I'm talking about what I do. Uh, I would never hire somebody as an employee 1099. I'm all for everybody's right to do it. If you want to do it, go do it. After going through what I went through to get a workers' comp policy, um, it would scare me to death to have an employee working on a 1099. You got to ask yourself what's going to happen if that employee gets hurt. And let's face it, trucking is a job where there's a lot of people get hurt. There's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of, accidents like, oh, my back, I wore out my hips, my knees. Um, so what's going to happen when that employee, something happens to him at work and he goes to the doctor and say, I got hurt at work, and they go to file on a workers' comp policy that ain't there. The lawyers are going to come after your company for the money, because just about anybody out there is
Right.
going to label him an employee. Doesn't matter what you say or what he says or what agreement you have, the law is going to label him an employee. And if you don't have a workers' comp policy, you're going to pay out of your pocket. And medical stuff
Mm.
is expensive. Okay. So another issue that I ran into that I did not see this one coming. So the insurance company got huffy, not huffy, but they didn't like it when I went to apply for a workers' comp policy. I got it through my trucking insurance company because it was the best deal for me. And when my insurance man went to him for a proposal, they said, we don't like this. He's got all these owner operators and no employees. We don't like the ratio of owner operator to employee. And I'm like, what the hell do they care? What's it to them? Well, come to find out that the reason they care is because of workers' comp. So once you buy a workers' comp policy, you are a target for, and this has happened at all these other carriers. So you have workers' comp, and say one of your owner operators gets hurt. Most of them don't have health insurance. Not all of them carry occupational accident. So when they get hurt, a lawyer is going to convince them to come to you and say, this is BS. I'm an employee. This, that, and the other thing, with all the AB5 arguments they make, and everybody does it. I'm an employee. You need to cover me under a workers' comp policy.
Mm.
Uh, you know, that's what happens when lawyers get involved. So they put a whole bunch of requirements on me, the insurance company did, before we could bind this policy. I had to send out a questionnaire to all the owner operators, that a checklist. Do you have your own equipment? Are you responsible for your own this? Do you pay your own taxes? Do you charge your own scale? It's basically an AB5 test, and it was all no brainers. It was all all of them could fill it out accurately, then send it back. But the insurance company wanted that because they need to establish that you are in fact an independent worker or a contractor. So after that, then once you're doing all these things, a lot of responsibilities come with workers' comp. So I have to have company manuals. Now, I'm supposed to sit down and write these manuals out. Well, this is where it comes into play to have a good insurance company that's kind of working as a partner. Um, they can provide you templates for these manuals. So they send me these manuals. Okay, alter them how you want them, and then send them back to us. We just like to have a copy. That's all. So it takes some time to do that, and then because of the workers' comp thing, they want me to require, and I don't think it's a bad idea anyway. I think people should have it. They want me to require occupational accident for the owner operators. It's like $150 a month. I actually think it's a good idea. I always carried it when I was leased on to somebody, um, because most owner operators, unless you're married or whatever, most of us don't have health insurance. So at least if you have that, if you get hurt on the truck or whatever, you're going to be somewhat covered because you have no health insurance or workers' comp. So,
Yeah.
I put a thing out. They had the right to refuse it. Some of them took it. Some of them refused it. But some of them got butthurt about it. I'm like, well, anybody else, most other carriers require this. And I think going forward, I probably will to protect everybody. So there's all those things. And people get up in your business. Workers' comp is kind of a big deal. They pay out a lot of money. You want to protect yourself from getting frivolous claims and stuff. So I understand. And being that you're having company growth and stuff like that, the insurance company wants to make sure you're going legit. Like no fly by night and stuff. When you get this company, when you get to a certain amount, they assign you like a company rep. It's not your agent. It's a person you can call on for resources and compliance issue, and they'd like to meet with you at least once, come out to your place and just make sure your employee files are in order and you have everything you say you have, and then you can call on them going forward for help. And I actually kind of like that because there was some things in here I would have missed without them. So but the moment I see it getting adversarial, then we scale it back, and I haven't seen that yet. They've been a really good resource. But so there was a lot with that. But workers' comp I bought through my truck insurance company. And I don't have the numbers on every single little thing yet, but workers' comp was 11% of gross wages. So we're just going to keep a running total here we'll start with 11%. That's workers' comp. And then we have unemployment, which is going to be different for each state. I'm paying it in Wisconsin. Rounded off, it's 3%. Okay. And then you have both halves of like Social Security, Medicare, and stuff like that. So it's each half is like 7.2 or 7.35? A
I think
7.
it's went up, hasn't it?
Yeah, I want to say between the two of them, it's like 15.2%.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 7. Maybe it's 7.65.
Yeah, I think
So
that's what it is.
my half is 7.65% of their wages. So we'll add that on there. Dang it. So we're already at an additional 21.65% of wages. So whatever you're going to pay somebody, we got to add 21.65% to that. I could be a fraction of a percent off on this. I'm just kind of rounding off to make that little payroll happen. So if you're paying somebody $1,000 a week, if that's what their pay ends up being, you round that up to $1,216.50. So $216.50 for the week. The thing I did not know about is federal unemployment. Did you know that there's a federal unemployment you have to pay?
Hmm.
See, I only knew about the state unemployment, so that's a new one for me. Federal unemployment for me is 6% of wages up to $7,000. So 7,000,
Annually.
yes. So it'd be $420 a year, which is not a lot,
Yeah.
But I did not know there was a federal unemployment payment.
Yeah, that's went up dramatically too. I think. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that used to be like nothing, like 0.5% or something.
Yeah. Now what's stupid is the filing frequency of some of this stuff. And it can be so. Say you have employees in several different states. You can have you could be filing stuff like every 3 days theoretically, because
Right.
deadlines are it's just stupid. Um, so workers' comp is due. It's monthly for me, and then it's due by the 15th of the following month. So for August here, it'll be due by the 15th of September. And then you have your 941 payment, which is federal withholding, both sides of Social Security and Medicare, and payments are due by the 15th of the following month. But in Pennsylvania, well, wait a minute. That's when the payment is due. But I think now I'm confused. There's a weekly filing, but then
Right.
there's also a month. It's a reconciliation, apparently, whatever the hell you
Hmm.
call it.
Yeah. In case your
Yeah,
numbers were a little off, you got to settle up.
yeah. The federal unemployment is due the end of the month after the year end, and then if there's a holiday, blah 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 blah, and then the what am I missing here? I got a checklist that I can't even understand right now. I need to redo this.
Yeah.
This is
I,
just
at at one point, I had about 20 people on payroll,
at least they
and
were all in the same state.
like a nightmare. A couple of them were out of state.
Okay.
So yeah. The best money you can spend is a payroll service, like
Well, so I got a good accountant
QuickBooks or
that made a spreadsheet for me. A really nice one. It's a tilt table, so it keeps going here, and they did a great job for me on that. So all I have to do is enter it in the spreadsheet, and then I know it keeps running tallies for each category for the week, the month, the year, and then I just refer to my, you know, uh, chart here. I have to file and pay. My wife helps me with some of this. I ain't gonna lie. She does. This is her part. This is to keep up with these filings here because it's too much for me, and she understands it way better than me. um, I'm behind on comments. Holy crap! Sorry guys. Where did I leave off? Jerry Sund in the house. Yeah, we're here. Fade's here, taking a break from the Ron Germany videos. All right. Um, with both feet DIY, I missed a safety meeting a few months ago, and a driver almost destroyed an international. Oof. Dang it. Pigtail yo 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 from Cash to Knowledge. All right. Cash got knowledge too. Just curious because I have an 825, but there's not much depth to it. Also been a cash payer. I must have missed the first comment. I don't know what he's talking about. Mac Millie, what's up, brother? Nice employee driver. Well done. Yeah, I think that was on my goals of lists of things to do for 2022. And then it never got done. So I think I should go back to the first of the year where the things I wanted to do. And I don't know if this was on there or not, but either way it got done. Cents per mile just made my first milestone in the YouTubes. Congratulations. Congratulations. Fate Truck and Company driver taking all the good loads. See, now here's the thing. Here's the things that I get to deal with now. You give all the good loads to the company drivers. You give all the good loads to the owner operators. You know what? No, because y'all are never in the same areas together anyway. We don't
But
have that much going on yet.
but when it comes that time, let's just say it like it is. Yes, fake trucking. Yes, they will.
Hey, I rank it all by super chats. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, did your insurance agent contact you about that overweight violation? Sorry about your luck.
Mm.
How the hell do you know about that? How do you know about that, Don? Did somebody?
We talked about it
Did we?
on the internet. You talking about the one the other day?
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah,
talking about it.
we gave Fate like 9 miles of shit on my live show yesterday about it.
Oh, did we? See, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. Cheap freight hauler. Fate has to compete with the company trucks now for the good loads. There we go. Company driver taking all the good loads. All right.
Yeah.
That thing on Fate's upper lip. I like you too.
Oh man.
You guys are brutal. Paul Harris, did you paint the roof on the trailer? The two new ones, I have not yet. We painted one 2 weeks ago. One's getting painted tomorrow or Sunday, so this weekend. And then the last one will be done whenever I can get it back here.
How much you pay on that new trailer?
Which one?
The one you just bought for the company guy.
I paid up for that one a little bit. 40. No. 40. I'm confusing the two. It was under 50, I think. I'm so confused right now. The 2017 I'm paid $33,000 for. I have to go back and look at the invoice for the other one. I bought it on really short notice because I was hard up for a trailer. But looking around, it was right in line. Technically, sorry.
He said, "I'm DIY Semi. Give me a trailer."
That's about what I did. I called him at 8:01 in the morning on Tuesday, and I said, no, Wednesday. I said, dude, I just had a trailer go down. Like, I need a trailer right now. He's like, well, I got the one we've been talking about. I said, you got the title? He's like, nope, down in Madison. So I hopped in my car, ran to Madison, got the title, ran it all the way back up to where I live, 20 miles north of me, to the DMV, got the registration, went over by him, got the trailer, brought it home, right to the shop, tires, brought it home, slapped some vinyl on it and a license plate, and off it went. So, yeah. What are you going to do? I decided to jump over to your gig DIY. Well, thank you. Calvin Leak says, damn it, man. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Calvin. Good to see you. Well, dang, I was about to ask how the X Prime truck was doing. Other than the hole in the radiator, pretty good. Pretty good.
What kind of fuel mileage you seeing on that truck?
I'll tell you right here, right now. I got the ELDs open. Let's look at it.
Let me hear it.
Considerably less than when I was driving it. I'll say that. But vehicles. Here we go. 114. Any distance, we'll say more than 500 miles. Average miles per gallon 7.5. Moving miles per gallon 7.8.
Okay.
7.5 gallons of fuel idling, which is pretty good. 73% utilization, which is really good. Living that APU life.
I need to go into mine and look all that up. Is that on Motive?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Come on with it. Hey, Mr. Bill. Has doing the reefer unit cleaning and trailer roof painting helped much for your operation, and how? Yeah, the condenser cleaning needs to be done. At least minimum once a year, but really should be a couple times a year, especially if you're in dirty environments. That just going to help every reefer. You can't, it's like on your truck, if it's packed full of bugs, it can't pull no air through it to make cold. So yeah, that has to be done. The the roof painting, I've heard from each guy so far, yeah, definitely worth it. Your your trailer tends to pre-cool faster, and in the hot heat, you maintain a better temperature. So, like every one of them that's done it so far has said, yeah. I mean, it's no miracle. Yeah, here's the thing: if you're hauling all, 35-degree loads or uh 50-degree loads, and your trailer just putting around in low speed anyway, well, yeah, it's your trailer's not going to have trouble keeping up. We haul a lot of frozen. I'd say most of our loads are frozen, and in this heat, it does make a difference. Uh, Freight trucking. Can I be a company driver? Sounds like they get treated pretty well. I don't know. If you want to fill out an application, you know, sign over the title of your truck. It's best to get the BS out of the way early. Should be smooth sailing after this. I hope so. I hope so. We can't keep going at that pace. 89 in here, only 18 likes. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate it. Epic Trucking Fails in the house. Everybody got to check that out. It's the new
Hmm.
hot. It's the new hot YouTube trucking channel. It's going to be the biggest. It's going to be big. I'll tell you that right now.
That's what she said.
With both feet, says my radiator went out on my new truck. First trip out too. Better a radiator than a leaf spring, I guess. Oh man.
Oh, damn it.
So I will say this, um, the driver that came on, he's like, I really want to learn because I want to hit the ground running with my truck, and that was nice to hear. And so he's doing a great job too with handling this. So it's broke down in the middle in a place, man, you just don't want to be. Uh, Halfway between Beckley, West Virginia,
Yeah, I'm out.
and like Charlottesville, Virginia on 64.
Uh,
Not a freaking place you want to break down. Funny enough, right at that exit, about 2 miles down the road, there's a diesel shop. So they come over to the truck stop, check it out. And they're like, yeah, let's try to get you over to our shop. So the guy followed him with gallons of antifreeze or whatever to limp him over to the shop, and we got him over there. Like, yep, radiator. We can maybe have one tomorrow. I'm like, nope, not good enough. We're on the phone, found a radiator. They couldn't deliver it, so I had the driver go get a rental car. He was going to go pick it up, but then they got a salesman to drive it out. So cool, he was going to go do that. So he's learning, proactive to be proactive when you break down and stuff like this. You can't wait around, sit and wait for the dealer to let stuff come to them. Help yourself, man. It's the best. You can cut a couple days off your downtime. That's as good as gold. It's the best scenario you can hope for. So we got the radiator and had it brought in same day, out in the middle of nowhere. And I believe we cut. The truck's was done. The radiator's done today. It was gonna be done Monday. So we cut, probably 2.5 days off our downtime. So if it came in Monday, it'd take all day Monday to fix it. So I think we cut 3 days off our downtime by just sourcing that radiator and getting it brought in. Now, the problem is, in the process of replacing the radiator, they punched a hole in the AC condenser.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think if they had done that Monday, they might have not knocked a hole in the condenser?
No, I think it was going to happen. Whatever. He's paying for it. He was really good about it. A lot of guys could have just put it back together and sent you down the road with no air conditioning, and sorry about your luck. But he fessed up to it right away. He's like, I'll fix it. The condenser's coming in tomorrow, Saturday. I'll have somebody come in and take care of it. So I got a feeling I'll be leaving this guy a good review on the Googles or whatever. So it's about the best situation we can ask for. The problem is, it's West Virginia State Fair, right where he's at, and hotel rooms are $250 a night, and rental cars are twice as expensive. And layover, it's just going to be a very expensive deal for me. What those are the things you sign up for when you choose to do this. I get that. It's just a rough way to start. I know people have started a lot rougher ways, trust me. But he's handling it great. Um, tried to do everything he could to help take care of it. So Goes and I also needed him to have a car to go check on the reefer a few times a day. Um, so because that whole thing, we got to get that load off that trailer. Who else we got in here? G Walker, Don Schonger's in the house, trucking a T-bone. Hollywood says, I guess this is the milder side of live because I just came from Cash, X-rated mustache freight consulting. Yeah, we go from wild to mild over here. Cash will get you all hyped up. I'll put you to sleep. I'll get you ready for bed and tuck you in. Cents per mile. Both parties benefit from percentage pay, less miles, less wear and tear, and driver is happier. I'm hoping that's what we come up with, because I think for a small company, mileage pay is tough. I can't pay 70 cents a mile. I just can't. The money is just not there. And I don't care what anybody thinks. Try it. Try to hire a driver and pay him 70 cents a mile on the books,
Yeah.
W-2. With add the 21 and it's rounded up to 22% of that. Add that in. That's another 14, probably 15, 16. You're paying 85 cents a mile. I can't do that.
I want health insurance too.
Exactly. We didn't even get to that. I don't even have that yet.
Yeah.
Or
And I need some days off right now.
Any kind of like retirement, flex spending, any kind of benefits, paid vacation.
Uh-huh.
Like you're talking adding another 30%.
Like,
so gotta start somewhere. This is where we're gonna start.
yeah.
Much respect to anybody out there that's doing it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a jerk, whatever. If you're doing it and making it work, my hat's off to you. I hope to get there someday. I really do. I think we have the ability to do it. It's just, man, I tell you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I feel your pain, and I feel, only going through this for a couple of weeks, and I know what you're going through. Having drivers before, but in a different capacity. So good on you. Put halos on them tires and they won't blow. Well, I had about 1 day to do that. Opinion on new versus used trailer. I mean, it would be the same as a new versus a used truck, right? You can only afford what you can afford, and get in where you fit in, work your way up. Find something that's in good shape. That 2018 I bought is in pretty good shape. The inside is immaculate. The inside, that box is immaculate. The outside is pretty good. It was a Magnum trailer out of Fargo. That one was, and the other one was a private owner. So I buy all.
I recommend if I'm a company driver, I want a new trailer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have all new too, but it's not in the pocketbook. Everything I have is bought used. I'm not in a position yet to be buying new equipment. Even when I am, I don't know if I'll buy brand new. There's trucks all the time out there with 100,000 miles on them, 150,000, but we'll see. It probably will get into that if it's long term. Haven't you had a guy lease onto you asking to try other things than reefer? Shot down company guy for the win. Big difference. Yeah, you didn't ask to do this, and you could actually benefit from this going forward if we work it out. Very, very unique circumstance of what he wants to do, and so we'll see. I've been watching y'all for almost a year, and I'm thinking of renting a reefer for this winter to haul that high-paying protect from freeze loads. So what do you think, Cash, before I get into it?
I don't know. I mean, if you live in the right area and you've got the connections, go for it. But to go buy a reefer and hope and pray that there's something there on the spot market, it's kind of rough.
Yeah. So if you're going to rent a reefer, it's one thing. If you're going to own one, this is something that just became apparent to me. I mean, you always know it, but I became affected by it. So if you're going to own a reefer, having not done it before, learn how to care for a reefer before you buy one. It's not like having a dry van. Okay. If you have somebody punch holes in the inside of the trailer, don't leave that insulation exposed for a year. That insulation is going to suck up water from every washout and every load you ever get. If you get a frozen load, you get all that condensation, it's running down. You're going to get packed them walls full of water and ruin your R value in your nice reefer trailer. So that's
Yeah.
lesson number one. Okay. Take care of your chute. Take care of the unit. Um, all the other things were just to go for any trailer, but particularly for a reefer, learn how it works and how to take care of it.
I have noticed in the last month or two, brokers are getting a lot pickier about reefer trailers. I've
Yes.
had two different brokers in the past month ask for pictures of the inside of the trailer, the chute specifically. One rate con I got said on there, if you show up with a non-working chute, you may not get loaded. And if they do load you and there's any kind of uh, issues with temperatures and you don't have a chute, you accept 100% of the liability of damage claims.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I
Yes.
would rather do dry van than to have a crappy reefer trailer. I'll just be honest with you.
It's risky. It's
Yeah.
risky, but at least learn what you're getting into. Um,
Yeah.
if you've done it before, it's different. How much did you pay for the 17 with the carrier? 33,000. CashIsKingTrucking.com. That's a good website. Pigtail says W2 is tough. Yeah, having gone through this experience, I'm convinced you just have to you protect yourself. And I know okay, so let's take a company like some of the Russians out of Chicago, right, or whatever. So let's pick on Super Ego. We like to do that with W2 employees. They have employee drivers, right, or is it 100% owner operator?
I have no idea. Never heard of them.
Really? Now you're gonna go that you're gonna back away like that on me, huh?
Are you talking about Super Ego waffles?
Sure.
I will tell you one that a guy tried to recruit me to work there about a year ago, and that was Maybach Trucking. And the first thing he touted was 1099 company position.
Mm-hmm. When they
That's
have,
a big company. That's 300-400 trucks probably.
say you have a company with 100 trucks, we'll just round it off, and you have one of your 1099 employee drivers get in a serious accident where he's confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life and has to have, I don't know, dialysis and all this other very expensive treatments for the rest of his life. Your company is done if you don't have workers' comp on them. Like workers' comp, don't get me wrong, it's going to pay out. Example, it's going to be a huge freaking claim against your company, and you're going to pay out. You're going to get sued, and you're going to pay those bills. The lawyer is just looking for a case like that. It has had to have happened. I mean, people get hurt all the time, cranking dollies or falling out of a trailer. How do they get away with it? Is intimidations? I don't know, but at any rate, not me. I'm not going to have something come back and bite me in the ass 10 years later. And when maybe you've accumulated some kind of assets or something that happened.
Yeah.
It's just not I've said it before, doing things the right way is expensive. You will pull your head out with all the paperwork. Yeah, probably hair. I mean, if you meant, nah, I'm about don't have any anyways. I'm to the point where I'm going to start admitting that I need help, but the money still just isn't quite there for it. But yeah, I've had days where I'm close to my cracking point, but you just you suck it up.
You gotta hit them contractors a little harder. That way you got the money for all these company drivers.
Ooh, here's is this my first victim right here, Gary Bates. You gonna buy me a trailer one day? Well, Gary Cash says I gotta hit you in the pocketbook a little harder. So, I use Gusto to do mine and my driver's W2 payroll. Yes. Some of the payroll services or templates, the online stuff where you don't interact with a person, uh, can get complicated when you're dealing across, you're based in one state and filing in another. If I'm in Wisconsin, is that service going to let me do my unemployment through Wisconsin, or are they going to make me do it through Pennsylvania? Right. Once you open these cans of worms of getting these permits and filing it in different states, it never ends. So, best thing to do is keep things, as close to you in your home state as possible.
I
Yoda
found
Ducks. Go ahead.
QuickBooks was very good. ADP was a little bit more difficult than because QuickBooks was like, it was expensive, but I mean, it's literally, I had electronic time clock, and
Mhm.
it would just calculate the hours for the week, and like QuickBooks would just take everything out of the bank account. I mean, it was automated as it could be. Like all I had to do was kind of verify it and then sign it, and everybody got their direct deposits, and the government got their money. I think in Tennessee I had one or two things I had to like manually mail a check in for because they wouldn't take electronic payments. But
Yep. Occupational hazard insurance for $10.99, $20 a week. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
one thing about that 1099 employee, there is no such thing as 1099 employee. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. I tend to in the past just say, what I like to let people do what they want to do as long as it don't affect me. As long as you agree to it and they agree to it, hey, that's your business. But not for me anymore. For me personally, it's the right way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a name thing for me. It's like, owner operator versus lease operator versus, it's just, to me, it's like there is like, it's contradictory. A 1099 and an employee are two different things. So you
Yeah.
can't be a 1099 employee,
Right. And boy, when you, some of y'all, there's got to be some people in the chat that have a certain amount of money or wealth or whatever, or assets. When you get to a certain point, there's a concern that has to play into your mind of protecting yourself and protecting your assets.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you're a damn fool. Where that point is for everybody's going to be a little bit different. But when you achieve a certain level of whatever you want to call it, wealth or assets, there's always this thing in the back of your mind of what's going to happen 10 years from now. Can somebody come back at me for this? And
Yeah.
it's like, boxing, protect yourself at all times. Sometimes you can do that through insurance, but you always have to do it through doing things the right way. But somebody can always find something to sue you for. So there's that. Lawyers exist. Jose, it all comes from your pocket. That one guy. The storm is about to hit. Oh, take cover. Jose says, I got hit with the same thing from the insurance company also. Okay. Cash, are you digging for gold? Fate Truckin says. George Wilson says, Justin Sturgill in Ohio says people just don't want to work, period. Thank you, pandemic era government, for giving out money to stay home. People forgot how to work. There's a lot to be said about that. It's the reason a lot of these small businesses went out of business, and why McDonald's has to pay $17 an hour to get people to work, or more. Justin Sturgill, the Snap-on junkie. I used to watch him. Does he still make videos? I don't even know. Justin's a good guy. Yeah, he has trucks. He's got people working for him, so I'm sure he would probably say a lot of the same things. He's probably way more years of experience in it than me. Payroll tax is crazy. It is, man. It is pricey. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, he is my idol. Okay. Start a religion.
George, I thought I was your idol.
You're his American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Season 6. Don't forget you need to offer 401k with a company match. Eventually, there's all these things that'll have to come when, if we decide that this is going to work and it's something we're going to do. There's a lot more to add to this, like health insurance, benefits, vacation, There's you're probably talking another 30-40%. So
Paternity leave.
yeah, money
I
to
mean,
bring in your mail order bride.
I need 3 months off every time I knock up the chick. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Gives me a chance to lay low for a little while.
There
You
you
know,
go.
I love ducking my obligations.
You do it every time, about every quarter, to duck a drug test. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Steve here says, great week here. Sad I'm ending in Minnesota. Only way out of here is if I get it up to 88 miles per hour and go back to 1984. Minnesota is a great place to start your week. Finish and start the next week in Minnesota.
Hmm.
Is this why Fate was in a mood at party number 1? He got to share the boss. Oh man,
Oh, is that what had him stirred up?
I don't know. Somebody must. He didn't. He was in a mood today. That's okay. Come for the comedy, stay for the confusion. R.A. Keith, channel member, by the way. Good to see you, Mr. Keith. What ELD do you run? I use Motive. Keep trucking, whatever you want to call it. Always, I hate them. They're always calling, trying to sell me something. Constantly. I'm like, I'm already your customer. Leave me alone. Jonathan says, missed you guys. We're here. We can go nowhere. Hey, boss. I assume he's talking to you, Cash. I got a question for you. My insurance agent said when I grow, I need to find drivers within my state. He said having drivers licensed out of state could cause issues with insurance. Um, there's different areas of the country that have much higher insurance rates. I know what state you're in, and I think the state you're in is one of the better states for insurance. I know I live in a really good state for insurance, but if you're going to hire out of like Florida or California, Connecticut, could increase your premiums. Absolutely. You could probably get re-rated when it's time to renew.
Hey, I got to make a quick phone call to the house. I'll be back in about 5.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be here. Iron Sharp says COVID 2.0 coming to a theater near you. Man, I hope not. I didn't like the version 1 or 1.2. Inside Source DIY, right? Which title I have too? You're gonna have to turn them both over if you want to be a company driver. What's Cash looking at through his window? I don't know. Probably trying to keep people from backing into him. 170K to work for UPS, 110 to start for Walmart. They provide equipment. Yeah, that's pretty. That UPS contract is something to make you say, what am I doing with my life? I don't know how you get in there though. It's hard work though. From what I understand, you really gotta start at the bottom. Hey DIY, you didn't read my comment. I think you got it covered, but I'm a company driver for the company I run. If I can help in any way, let me know. It's a mess, but I have reasons for this. Oh yeah, I understand that. Yep, you've said that before. What is going on here? What? Oh, I missed Steve with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Cash, you might link tarps to tarps are $370 cheaper than my. Oh, mighty, your mighty link tarps are 370 cheaper than my company price. Ooh, yeah, Cash has a good deal over there with Mighty Products. Go check out his link. They give some pretty good discounts on their flatbed equipment stuff. Adam Bennett, $100 super chat. Man, I appreciate it. Cash DIY with the facts. Long time since I've seen one of them, Adam Bennett. Thank you. But then again, it's been a long time since I've been live. I sure do appreciate that. Thank you. Where did I leave off here? We had Uber pick up some parts for us. Yes, we were going to do that, but was it going to be expensive? It was cheaper to rent a car than get an Uber. So did that. I think it's too good to be true as well. I don't know. Dirty Broke had a guy on today live, DB215, pretty good channel. Somebody knew that he drives at UPS, and he had the contract in his hands and went right from the contract and laid it out. They are getting a serious pay increase over the course of this contract. So it was the real deal. It sounds like the real deal. And it also kind of sounds like it depends on what terminal you're in. Like the bigger, busier terminals, you can make a whole lot of money. Like you said, like Louisville, in that eastern Pennsylvania, especially. Um, he says Louisville is just dying for drivers. Amar Amaris, hey DIY, what's your experience with the extended warranty, and do you recommend it? I can find the video you made comparing couples of them. I took it down because I found some problems afterwards, some integrity problems with one of the companies. So I can't, in good conscience, recommend that one right now. Especially, I said I would wait till after I had my first claim to talk about that company, and so far I'm not impressed, not at all. So I'll talk about it when the whole thing is done and see what happens. But for right now, I would probably go like premium 2000 if you're looking for something. Um, but that's to be determined yet. So far, I'm disappointed with the one I bought. So thanks everybody that pointed out those issues that I didn't. I'm not going to leave that video up and steer people in a bad direction. Hyliion trucks, up and comer. Yeah, I like the Hyliion model. Definitely better than the Nikola or any of the other ones. WCF Invader, that just don't make sense. The law is the same nationwide. The law says 1 CDL license per driver. That guy is full of it. I must have missed something. I don't know. Must have missed it. Everyone paying 55 to 65. Yeah, you got some 1099 companies paying like 70, 80 cents a mile. I don't know how they're able to continue that or whatever through this downturn here. I haven't really kept track, but I think with the percentage, he'll probably be in that ballpark. I think, all said and done, a long-term average, I think that's the ballpark we'll be playing in. But that's got to be kind of figured out over a little bit of time. I mean, it's literally been a week and a half, and we've been in the shop for a few days. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make an assessment right now. Megans are at 60. What's a Megan? Oh, Megas. Megas are at 60. Okay. All right. Well, I can't, and this is what's held me back a long time from trying this, is I can't compete with that. So I have to find different things or different ways to do it. So, it'll be a work in progress going forward, honestly. And hopefully, percentage I'll be playing with those kind of numbers, but I don't have, I'm a small company. I don't have the benefits they have. I don't have Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't have a fully planned out 401k. I think potentially someday we get there, but you got to start somewhere. Just like with everything else, 3 years ago I didn't have any owner operators, right? So we've worked on that for a while now, and I think for the most part, other than Fate Trucking, I think everybody's happy. The Grumpy Trucker, when are you going to make a new trucker money video? Honestly, I've kind of given up on it. It's still a hobby of mine. I'm in it every day. Today, I think today I bought some. I put some money in. Last week I sent in a good bit of money to Fidelity. Put it to work, and then of course we took a big downturn, but it's still a hobby of mine. I still do it. If I can't do it consistently, I don't know that I want to do it at all. But I often thought about starting a second channel. I think it could do real well about that, but the time and consistency is the issue. Cash is back. Everything okay at home? No break-ins,
Yeah,
robberies, home invasion? Okay.
Oh no, I live in a very secured place.
Look at this. Fate Trucking at the Animal. Are you hiring? Competing with company drivers is tough. Look at that. Can you believe that?
I can.
The trucks are only good for 500,000. They're eaten up because of the urethra. I hate a worn out urethra on a truck.
Worst thing about them, the damn urethra.
Cheap freight hauler just playing. I don't have the patience to pull a reefer. Sure you do. Hey, if you like hauling cheap freight, reefers for you. I like to say. Ukrainians are out of Chicago. Not that many Russians live there. Well, hey, it's about to be all the same thing, ain't it? Give it another couple weeks, huh?
No, they're making too much money off of that war. That's going to be a 10-year war, I imagine. Whew, the money going into that thing.
Oh, Serbia too. I think Serbia's out of Chicago. Super Ego, Belgrade, Serbia. Headquarters, national, worldwide headquarters. RGB says, agree, learn before jumping all in. Yeah. Company driver always gets better paying loads, more money for the company.
Yeah.
I just want my freight. I just need freight moved. At this point. Don't sign no consideration rate cons. Brokers are dung house lawyers. What's a consideration rate con? I don't even know. They start up a new company. Okay. Do free agents set the market? Nothing free these days, especially an agent. Exactly. Oh, Steve, super chat, appreciate it. He said, cash your Mighty Link tarps are $370 cheaper than his company's price. Tell everybody about your Mighty products link.
Yeah, I have a new one. So here in the next few days, working with Mighty right now to set up some new stuff. So be sure if you're gonna order, get them new links. Get them new links.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Should have new ones this week.
Angel says some states are exempt from workers' comp. We filled out exempt paperwork. Yeah, it gets complicated. So some of those filings too, depending on how much money you're talking about, you have to file weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. It depends on how big your filing is. So you can get changed from a weekly to a monthly filer, or a monthly to a quarterly on some things. It's just depends on how much. It's something I have to learn. I'm glad I got somebody helping me with that. I got enough on my plate with the freight stuff. So sure, payroll works for me. Okay. If he lived in another state, they would deduct his state tax and pay his taxes owed. Yeah. Cents per mile says QuickBooks worked for FTX coin just fine, I hear.
Yeah.
Isn't that Sam Bankman-Fried? Didn't he go to jail now? Is he in jail? Didn't he get convicted and sentenced?
No, I think he's still out on bail.
Oh, I thought he got sentenced or something.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Come on with it. Says put all your wealth in someone else's name that you trust. That makes sense. Easy. Ooh, who do you trust? Mama Cash? Can we put everything in Mama Cash's name?
No, I'd probably put it in Fate Trucking's.
Faith
let him
Trucking?
take all the liability.
Faith Trucking?
Hey, according to earlier, he's got faith. He's a right to be a free will or something. He said, I don't know. I think he's like one of those people that they always say like, I don't need a driver's license to drive because it's under the Constitution. I don't have to have a driver's license. I'm traveling. I'm not driving.
Oh, is he a freeman?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Talking about a freeman?
Yeah.
Ralph's trucking in the house. Howdy, Ralph. Most lawyers can't beat within 30 days by a layperson that knows procedures of court. Most attorneys only know. Yeah, that's a freeman. I get it. I pay $235 a month to Bieber for my employee work comp. Why are you sending your money to Justin Bieber? I don't think he offers worker comp.
You didn't know it? Justin Bieber's a hell of an insurance agent. Yeah, I got me a whole life policy through that guy.
Who? Ed McMahon co-signer?
Yeah. I'm building wealth for my future, just saying. Let me tell you how this works, okay? I'm not sure I understand it, but this is how so I put money in, but I'm pretty sure I can take that insurance money out and it's still insurance.
Sounds legit to me.
Whole life and what?
Justin Bieber wouldn't lie to you. He's a celebrity. They can't lie.
Yeah, it's true.
Rick Pena says, I need tips on staying out of the shop.
Buy tools. Learn to work on your own stuff.
There you go.
There are some people that wrench on YouTube.
Let's see where this is going.
I make all kind of DIY repair videos.
Looky here what happened while you were gone.
Woo! Got the cash in there.
Adam Bennett. Cash DIY with the facts. Hashtag facts.
Aren't you glad I introduced you guys?
I am. My wife works at the hospital. 2 months ago, they made her get fixed for a face mask. She don't work with people. Switchboard. Oh. Moet says, I want to buy a truck and I have close to 40,000 in the bank. What you think? And I would love to sign on to you. I do tankers, food grade, but about a year experience. I don't have any food grade tankers, but 40 grand in the bank, you're in pretty good shape if you choose to buy a truck. Trucks are cheap right now. Maybe hold back some of that money as a reserve in case you break down, but you're in pretty good shape. Get yourself a really, really nice truck for 60 grand. 65 APU. I mean, you could probably shop around and get yourself a nice truck for 50 grand, but check everything out. Have it checked out by a mechanic or whatever. It's a buyer's market right now.
15 grand down on a $60,000 truck. That's 25% down. That's a pretty good little chunk. Still leave yourself 25 grand to try to not go bankrupt with in this market.
Mm-hmm. Yoda says the number includes the cost of health insurance and 401k. It's not the 170 take home. Still a good gig for a good worker. Damn good. I mean, I don't, even if it does include 401, because that's real money. That's your money. In health insurance, I mean, do they pay 100%? Does UPS pay 100% of health insurance? I don't even know. Either way, it's money you don't have to pay. It's something of value. It's an exchange of value. To make 170 in UPS, you have to be there for 7 years. That's okay. That's pretty good wage for 7 years on the job.
And the problem is, though, those first couple years are just like you taking the long, hard one, like part-time package handlers for $20 an hour. That's the problem with that.
If you were a young person and could afford to be a casual worker, you could stick it out for 2 years. You'd have her made.
I will tell you somebody right now, advice I would give to younger people is if you got like a mediocre full-time job and you're getting by on it, you want a side hustle down at the UPS part-time, because all that time accrues and it counts. And then 5 or 6 years down the road, it's like going to college. You transfer that right into the full-time and go to UPS full-time.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Fanslow, $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Says AC clutch burnt out on his orange truck. Can I replace AC clutch on the road just to get home without opening the system, or get the exact replacement compressor, take clutch off and replace it at home? You can change the clutch on that. It comes with a kit. So if that's what's wrong, is it's seized up? Is it just stuck and your belt's just spinning? You burning the belt off? The clutch is replaceable. So I found a replacement compressor on eBay for $99 for mine. The last one I put on, that was a pretty doggone good price, if you ask me. Because the OEM, or the not OEM, the Freightliner, one from Freightliner was like $370, something like that. It's a Sandin style. Let's see, where did I leave off? WCF, my insurance agent wasn't saying I would be dropped, but like DOI said, I think he was worried about drastic increase in premiums. There's a major difference in insurance from state to state. One state I wouldn't have thought was that high is Nevada. Because other than, Vegas, what do you really got in Nevada? Reno, whatever. But
Where everybody lives, though.
yeah, and he lives way up on I-80, and his insurance rates are stupid expensive just for being in Nevada. So
Yeah.
kind of weird. I can understand Florida, a lot of flood damage and theft, and the bigger, more populated areas with the theft and the likelihood for damage and all that. But Nevada kind of surprised me.
I would say Nevada is probably because of the tourist. You get a lot of tourists around. They
Maybe it's a high theft
tear
target.
shit up. Yeah.
Yeah. Twisters is DIY. Did you see the video about DAT and another company getting hacked by their DAT account? Hackers double brokering loads in the company's name. I can give the name of the yeah, it was on Asian Minds show, and it was General Transportation. I feel bad for him, man. Yeah, so the story was, this happened last week, is General Transportation has a brokerage and a carrier, and they have both sides of the DAT. Their brokerage account got hacked on DAT, and some scammer was posting loads under their account, but and then contact him, put his Gmail or whatever, phone number or whatever. And General Transportation discovered this, and they tried a bunch of things. They couldn't change their passwords because the hacker had changed their master password or something, and they couldn't do it. And they were taking the loads down, but it's like they couldn't take them down fast enough because they were auto posting. So like every one they would take down, the scammer would post 10 more or something like that. And they couldn't keep up to it. And they called DAT at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and DAT wouldn't do nothing about it. They didn't do anything about it for 8.5 hours. And there's no telling how many loads this scammer booked, under their account. I watched that video last night, and I was just furious.
Yeah.
When are these son of a guns going to be made accountable? Twister says I don't want to advertise this channel. You can, Mother Trucker. That's Alex. We're all friends here. Cash and I we're both friends with him. He's a really good guy. What's it going to take for these people to be held accountable for either their action or inaction? Like, where's this going to go?
Yeah. They're going to lose a lot of business. What's going to happen, because it like the surge transportation thing. Surge transportation. When I called them, I have never been like trying to just get information and also to help DAT, like to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And they were the guy that I talked to two people there, and they both, neither one of them even remotely acted like they understood what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very talk down to me about, well, you don't understand because we have fraud prevention, and I'm just like, well, let me speak to someone in fraud prevention. And they were like, well, what load number are you talking about? And I'm talking
it ain't about a load, it's about you.
Yes, exactly. They did not want to hear that.
No.
I don't know. I've got a pretty negative opinion of the DAT load board these days.
There's an opportunity for somebody right now, if you have the resources, make a load board similar to them, and you will win the market. If Internet Truck Stop would come out right now and solve this problem, they could put DAT out of business.
Yeah.
DAT could possibly no longer. It's whoever solves this first wins. Like 123 load board, like could drastically increase their market share if they would make a hard push for solving this. That's all it takes to win right now. Yeah. And I feel sorry for General Transportation. The dude at DAT told him at 8 o'clock, it's not a priority for us. It's not high on our list of things to do. After you have an entire website dedicated to preventing fraud and going after fraud, and it's not on your list, it's not a priority for you. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, DAT does not care about truckers, and it's especially carriers. It just they don't.
The
And
only
it's
thing
funny.
the only thing they will respond to is a lawsuit, and it should be filed Monday. And I don't
Yeah,
know, I don't claim to know. I've hauled freight for General Transportation. We've used them as a broker. Good experience. I have no idea how big of a company they are. I know they have like 70 company drivers. I don't know how many owner operators. Their brokerage is. He said the number of loads they broker, and we had like 1,300 a week or something. So they're a sizable outfit.
yeah,
I would think they have the resources, and if they don't by themselves, they should partner up with somebody and get a lawyer. It's against the public interest. If nothing else, it's a crime of inaction, and letting somebody compromise one of your customers' everything, their
yeah,
business, their reputation, their money.
yeah, and act like it don't matter. Just
If General Transportation suffers repercussions because of this, where they get taken to court and filed against their bond and claims against them, they should sue DAT for every single one of them. It is my opinion, and everybody should. So there you have it. I'm not. I don't have the resources to take on that cause. Fate Trucking not happy with signing on to you. He's a happy boy. We just pick on him. We joke. We're all family. We love him. He loves us. We don't, however, love the mustache. I gotta say. With both feet, my payroll and fuel are at 66% year to date. Oof, there you go. There you go. Buffering.
good thing he's got no equipment cost.
Yeah, there you go. Sam had his bail revoked for witness tampering. Ooh, Sammy Friedman was a bad man. He must be in jail now.
Hmm.
Come on with it. Says, hey, yo. There you go. Bieberg. Yeah, Bieber. Justin Bieberg. Sam Sandbart Logistics. QuickBooks works fine for me. They take care of it all. And in Texas, workers' comp is not required. Okay. There you go.
I don't think it is in Minnesota either.
Steve Fanslow, great group here. We should create a trucker money forum somewhere just to keep the conversation going. There you go.
I'm thinking about taking that over. I think like public domain, like what is it if somebody just, they don't use it within a certain amount of time, it's kind of like, belongs to the public, right?
Man. Rough. Snorlord, Metalhead Viking Caveman Trucker with a beard. $5 super chat. How's it going, buddy? Gone in the dark. Long time watcher. Bought my truck cash a few months back. $35K. This week is my first week running it. Did 5,700 gross. Congratulations. Steve says awesome. Wild. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Iron Sharp says me no Freeman cultist. All right. Calvin says there was a scammer that tried to get me last week. They stole a broker's entire setup and started posting loads. I caught them in 5 minutes. Good on you, man. And I bet you if you reported it to DAT, they didn't even care. I've had probably twice a week here lately someone trying to scam me. I mean, emails or somebody hacked. Covenant Transportation must have got hacked because somebody tried to scam me through their account. And they involved Coyote in it. So I let Coyote know. They got a whole, what the hell did they call that department? I don't know. But they called me back and told me thanks for reporting it. They're very appreciative. Rowfire says, going broke doing an in frame. Let's get these rates up. Say no to cheap freight. I say no to cheap freight hauler. He's always asking for something. So say no to cheap freight hauler. College G, get this. I got it. Oh, here you go. I've wrote reviews on companies I've confirmed are scamming and double brokering, and I'll get an email saying moderation team has reviewed your comment and cannot post it. what you got to do is hit that. There's a button up there. Hit report bad behavior. That's the button you got to use for that. Is report bad behavior. Not that they do anything about it, but they don't act on reviews. Twister says, I don't know, but make you wonder if a company needs to get their state attorney general involved to investigate DAT or press fraud charges. I don't know what the charges or the so-called crime or what. I don't know what it would be to go after them about or for, what the technicality would be, but to me it's definitely against the public interest. You're not safeguarding your people, your customers' information. And when it is reported, you don't do anything about it in a timely fashion. So as far as I'm concerned, it as good as facilitating it. Calvin says, I posted it on my community wall. Had to call FMCSA. Ooh, there you go. There you go. Starkey family trucking and rigging in the house. Hey, how you been? We've been good. How you been? Haven't seen you around in a while. 123 load board. I love it. I got rid of my DAT and joined 123 and haven't had any complaints. You can communicate and bid through the app. Ooh, click and go. Don loves a click and go. 772 Minnesota kid. New video seen today. OIDA cracking down on double brokering loads. LOL. Yeah, I don't see OIDA doing much of anything about anything except for helping OIDA.
Collecting them dues.
Why did it take them this long? We got more done on this channel against DAT than OIDA, and OIDA's bigger with more money. At least I got them to post a freaking warning about the bankruptcy on there. I've heard that was a direct result of what we did and what you guys did. So good on you. Hauled a few GT loads, no issue with them. What's a GT load?
Transco.
Ooh, there you go. GT Transco. Did FMCSA help out Kelvin League? I'm guessing they probably don't care either. Fate selling the international truck. I don't know.
He said he was going to do that on the live show earlier.
Okay. Gone in the Wind says, got fuel out of sheets and my truck burned through it. Is their fuel lower quality? I have no experience with sheets fuel. I don't know. Does anybody else in here fuel at sheets on the regular?
I've bought reefer fuel there quite a bit. Haven't noticed really any deals or any problems.
Okay. Gary Bates is getting 2 tires and a drum, a snare drum. 2 tires and a snare drum. He's starting a band. That's his band name.
Uzi Beck. Two turntables and a microphone.
Yes.
Gary Bates says no. 2 tires and a drum.
That's right. Starkey family says, I've made a lot of changes this year and have gotten rid of several brokers, companies I haul out of, and now have a wetline kit on my truck. There you go. So now I do flatbed and dump. Good for you. Cents per mile, rarely discussed topic. Is this the bottom? That's what she said. I had a long conversation with somebody about that today, and we'll see. Snorlord and I talked about that today. I had a good conversation about it and went back to our previous notes about what we were talking about a little while ago. So we'll see if it comes through. Got to remember, brake check week this weekend, and I don't know how many days, but that's as good as a holiday. That makes people stay home.
Yeah.
So
Werner said it was the bottom last week. Werner called it.
Yeah. So a little while ago, I said when the bottom was going to be, and I made somebody write it down and tape it to their monitor. And when the time is appropriate, we'll show that and see if I was right or not.
Okay.
So probably wrong. Usually am.
I think we got farther to go.
Yeah.
What what's to change it? We
have no imports.
We got nothing. Like every segment is down. Construction is down. you know, people aren't eating out as much. Like, I mean, I just don't see where the gain's coming from.
Oh, Cassius King's channel member says new segment on my channel, trucker greenbacks. Oh,
Yeah. I thought about going trucker ducats, but I went trucker greenbacks. Thought about going, Bitcoin, trucker Bitcoin, do some, uh, some steampunk
I
hell
think you should have
currency.
trucker NFTs.
Man.
Cents per mile says I spiked over 20% profit last month and right back down. Ooh, dang it. Calvin Lake says Attorney General, good idea. State, let's see. Probably state Attorney General. I was trying to think of like Federal Trade Commission. I don't think that would apply. I don't know. LOL Ida. Yeah, I don't have a lot of respect for OIDA. I love the option. How often have you called a broker and no one answers the phone? I like more options. There you go. Get you one of them dispatch services like the Snorlords. Starkey uses Sheets most of the time and have no issues. 7.3 average in Ohio area. Okay. I'm doing more local hauling now. Okay. Calvin says, got a case number from the FMCSA. They said they're going to investigate the information I gave them and get back to me. Ooh, sometime in 2025. Southeastern Ohio has been a DOT playground, so be aware. Okay.
Everywhere's been a playground here lately.
Codge, yeah, it's payback time, isn't it? Codge G, it's not the bottom. January, February will probably not even have loads anymore. Oh, come on.
That hurts.
Coyote says the bottom seems to be close. All right. Jose says, been getting calls from India trying to broker cheap loads. I blocked them so they call at a different number. I get literally, I bet you at least 20 of them a day. And dispatch services, like, I think they're desperate. They're desperate. They need to find another scam to run. That trucking scam's run its course. Move along there, friends. Move along.
Yeah, sorry about that. I gave them your number, DIY.
I knew it was you.
She was hot. What can I say?
We will go from cheap freight to no freight. Look at what's happening in Laredo. There used to be 200 loads a day. Now there's 20 because no U.S. now allows companies from Mexico to cross and deliver. Laredo is it's a produce town. It's a seasonal, But yes, also thank you NAFTA, right? Maybe Ross Perot was right after all.
Yeah, Laredo is the largest freight border crossing in the world.
Really? In the whole world, huh?
And yep, Tijuana is the people crossing. Largest people crossing is Tijuana.
Why would somebody go to Tijuana?
Lots of fun. I've always had a good time down there.
Tell me about that Tijuana fun.
Can't do it on the internet. Don't know who's watching.
Okay. All right. Is it a good time to buy trucks right now? Well, if you got something to do with them,
no.
Trucks are cheap.
No. Trucking sucks. Everybody should sell out right now and get out of my way.
Let's go with that. That's better for me that way, too. Cents per mile says, Cash, rub that crystal ball. What's your prediction?
Oh, I gave a lot of it away earlier on my show. You'll have to go back and watch that. But I think we're going to see $10 a mile fuel, $10 a gallon, $10 a mile. That's the year after. That's after election 2024. We'll see. That's when Gavin Newsom wins the election. We'll see the $10 per mile fuel.
Mm-hmm. I think he's the new golden boy.
I think we're getting ready to go down a road here. I think we are. I think we're fixing to go down. Not a good one either. Yeah. I would say I probably see things probably like they were saying, January, February, probably be the real bottom, and then we'll come into the election after that, and the economy will get stirred up because the super PACs will be spending money, and all that fun stuff.
Are you trying to say they're going to tidy things up just before an election?
Um, well, see, right now they need something to distract us at all times. That's the key. You got to remember, you know, if you were super rich and you wanted to stay in control, you keep everybody running in circles about something.
Mm,
And hey, an election, nothing gets the masses worked up like an election. This guy will be over here, blah blah blah, Republican, blah blah blah, Democrats, and the rich will be sitting back going, "Oh, this is so much fun to watch. Oh, this is so much fun. These idiots think they get to pick who's in control. Ha! He's not even worth $10 billion. You think I'm letting him
mm.
pick the leader?"
It's good to be a Rockefeller, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Um, I mean, that's how I see the world working. It's like when I see people arguing about politics, I'm just like, whew, like you ain't got nothing better in life than to sit around and get worked up because you think some puppet's going to do something that the other puppet ain't doing.
Whew. I'm thinking about a name change. I'm thinking about changing my name to Rothschild Rockefeller. What do you think?
I'm going with Lamborghini Reaganomics.
Can I go Warburg
Bugatti.
DuPont?
Yeah, there you go. I'm going fancy car name in the front and then rich person name at the end. Like, I'm Maserati DuPont. How are you today?
Mm, I like it.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no clout, give yourself some.
Hmm.
That's how I like to do it. It's all in a name. I can fool somebody into winning an election, then I'm set for life. Yes, I really am a Rockefeller. I would love to be vice president. And then I go
I,
Lyndon Johnson.
Hi, my name's Rolex Khan. I'm from the Genghis Khan line of rich people. We've been rich for a long time.
Yes, absolutely. Pretty sure they can't read that.
Whoo!
Kaj says go to Tijuana, visit Hong Kong. Hong Kong's by
Yeah,
China.
yeah. Not a strip club.
Oh,
I've heard on Google Maps.
yeah. I'm too chicken to leave these U.S. borders these days. Calvin says we got farther to go to the bottom. A lot of duct tape express carriers got to go. They do got to go. You right.
Oh, see, that's the problem there, Calvin. They can outlast us. That's the problem.
Duct
See,
duct tape is cheaper than fiberglass.
yeah, yeah. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, all more expensive
Yeah,
than zip ties and duct tape.
yeah. Duct tape is one of your cheaper precious metals. Along with them overseas dispatch services, can't forget about the Florida and Georgia scam and dispatches.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When he says Florida, he means or Georgia, he means the country Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bad they're doing 2%. Oh, they're doing 2% dispatch now?
Damn.
Dang.
At some point, it's going to become worth it. I mean, I'm just saying.
They're gonna put my dispatching service out of business.
I mean, at some point, that's cheaper than a DAT subscription, right? I
Oh, I
mean,
didn't think of that. And they got that premium load board.
yeah, blessed by Jesus.
Depends on what country they're in. I mean,
If it
could
ain't
be blessed by the head with the snakes coming out of it, or
if it ain't blessed by Jesus,
Buddha.
I ain't no part of it.
Yeah, yeah. Driving with John's going to bed. Everybody's crapping out. Starkey family's leaving us. DIY's if the sticker collection. I love Freightliners. Yes, you do.
Mm,
Yes, you do.
smart, smart. They don't make a better truck.
Yeah, yeah. The duct tape express. what happens to those trucks when they come off the road? You don't want them going. You want to buy them out auction.
I would say you burn them.
To sell them right to the export man. I sold a truck to an exporter one time. I found out it ended up in Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them do that. They cut the frame and they can get 2 of them in a shipping container.
What, they just take the mirrors off or what?
Yeah. Yeah, they cut the frame right behind the cab and basically just lay them down and then
Really?
yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and then they'll just basically put the axles and the rest of the frame back, like stand it up behind it and put them ass to ass and put 2 of them in a container.
And then just weld them back together again when they get there?
Uh-huh.
Dang, that's economical.
Yeah.
Mom and pops are going to get crushed if they roll out the next measures. Yeah, everybody get crushed. I hope people wouldn't fall for it again, but
Yeah.
they don't have an option. I've started to get overseas companies calling me offering financing on equipment purchases now. So what's that tell you?
That means people in Ukraine are flush with American dollar bills.
Yeah, all those 747s we take over there and drop pallets of money.
Hey,
It's coming
we
back to
lost
us.
$1 billion. Wait, do you see that where the accounting was off by like $5 billion? Like they didn't know where the $5 billion went. Like,
Are you kidding me?
hey, what's $5 billion amongst friends, right?
That's which warlord came up with that money?
Uh-huh.
Shoot.
But hey,
Well,
that's how I'm gonna finance my next truck.
you think it went to Belgrade, Serbia? Is that where it ended up?
Yes.
What's the latest? Do we have any new news on on that lawsuit?
No, it's dragging out pretty bad right now. I see a out of court, I did nothing wrong settlement coming. Like,
No
it's a
admission
rough
of guilt.
time. It's a rough time to have to pay out that right now, though. You know, with rates down. Yeah.
You know what I've been seeing a lot of lately is I think guys with their own authority pulling super ego trailers. Did they crap can their model and say everybody go get your own authority and you can pull our trailers? Because I've been seeing nothing but like, you know, Sudan Express pulling super ego trailers, stuff like that.
That's the brokerage side.
Is it? So they must do a lot of power only.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through that. I think. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe you think maybe the reputation caught up with them, and they're having trouble getting drivers.
I would hope so.
Ooh, let me shoot them an email real quick and tell them, hey, I got a pretty popular YouTube channel. You know, for a couple 10 grand, I could swing by tomorrow and maybe get you a driver
Whew.
or 2.
10 grand per driver referral bonus.
Yeah, why not?
Hook me up with that referral. I'm for sale.
I'm gonna throw them under the bus.
Calvin says they parked it in the bushes.
I prefer the river.
Yeah. Gary Bates applied for a $20,000 grant application. Okay.
Get that money.
2007 Crete reefer for sale near me for 10 grand. It's a little old for my liking.
What are you planning on doing with the trailer? Refurbishing it and then living in it? Are you gonna
Tiny home?
tiny home that son of a bitch?
I'd say put a divider in it, make it 2 tiny homes, and I don't mean divide it in half. I mean divide it the long way.
Down the middle, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, put your bed in the middle, and you have to walk over your bed every time you go from one end to the other.
Calvin says they had a bunch of Ego trailers at the auction.
Yeah, hey now.
How about it?
They're trying to get that money up for that out of court settlement, so they don't have to admit any wrongdoing.
May have to sell off some assets to raise the money because they know they're going to have to pay. They had a lot of new equipment. I can't imagine they're getting rid of it already.
I think most of those trucks are, double brokered through Penske.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, that's an
yeah.
expensive way to own a truck.
Hey, they got damn 100 people a week going up
Oh,
there and signing up for it.
they
So I
ain't paying
mean,
for them anyway, are they?
right? You know,
Damn, I got to step up my
um,
game.
yeah. I mean, I'll give you the rundown on it. I'm going up there Thursday to make a video for them. They just responded to my email. Everything looks good.
Travel fees, paying your travel
Yeah,
expenses.
yeah. Direct deposits already hit the bank on a Friday night.
Nice.
They know people.
Yeah, when you got that Serbia backing, you can make these things happen.
When you got that extra $5 billion that the government lost.
Yeah. What's the oldest reefer you'd buy? I tend to get rid of mine at the 10-year mark. It's
Yeah,
kind of where a lot of people want them, but just the one place in particular, I'd even be nervous about a 10-year-old. I mean, if it has low hours or whatever, but I haul a lot of frozen seafood, and it's high dollar, so I definitely want to keep, you know, statistics and whatnot, right?
yeah. I would say 6 to 7 years old because that gives you 2 to 3 years to pay it off, and then a year or two to run it without having a payment on it, and then that kind of sets you up for your next one.
Yeah. Steve Fanslow with the super chat, $20. Great show, guys. Any opinions on adding a 12-volt fridge or inverter without an APU? Do it. Do it.
Yeah, an inverter is a no-brainer.
Yeah, and absolutely an inverter. And then that Freightliner I just bought has a fridge in it. I've never had an actual fridge before. I've had just the plug-in coolers, and I really liked it. I really liked it. I could get used
Yeah,
to that. And then
yeah,
some of my guys have those bodega freezers. I'd be all about that. If I was back over the road again full time, I would have one of those
yeah.
bodega freezers.
So I
Mhm.
did some shopping on a large retail website, and I found a 12-volt freezer that runs on like 65 watts, and it's rated to -4 degrees. It's a freezer, and that
Ooh,
because I have the Domtech, the Freightliner stock
the
fridge.
the Dometic or
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever it's called. Yeah. So works great. That thing will run for like 24 hours, with just basically on my batteries. Um, the inverter, I was at a shipper or receiver the other day, and some guy was asking if they had a microwave in their break room. And apparently he needed a microwave. And so, yeah, I'm like, man, I don't know how you live over the road without any way to heat up something. Like, it's got to be, like if you're eating out every meal, or you're like sitting there at the receiver for 4 or 5 hours and they don't have a microwave in a break room. Like, yeah, yeah, inverter, 2,000
Yeah,
watt inverter
yeah, it's a huge
minimum.
quality of life improvement.
Yeah,
Even if you only have an inverter, you can do so many things with an inverter.
yes.
Uh, and then the fridge, I like it. I didn't think I'd really want one, but I like it better than the cooler.
Oh yeah, the fridge is the way to. I have the fridge and the cooler. The cooler is for drinks only. That way I save all my fridge space for actual, because the fridge is like an actual fridge, the cooler's a cooler, you know.
Yeah,
Um, I wouldn't put like meat in the cooler or,
right.
anything like that. But um, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I will tell you right now, spend a little bit of money on quality of life, and it pays for itself over and over and over. I got videos on trucking with diabetes about, the stuff like that. And uh, on my Cassius King channel, I'm putting more cooking stuff on there now. But yeah, um,
the payback is so quick on that stuff these days. This
hmm
food is
yeah,
so expensive.
yeah. I went to Subway the other day. Just a sandwich and a soda was $14,
Mm.
and I was like, no, no.
Did you get
I
that? Did you get that no tuna tuna?
no, oh God, no. Um, um, I read a news article about that actually because the guy in front of me got like a double meat tuna sandwich, and they were just, with the ice cream scoop. They're just out there throwing it to it. So I looked that news article up and actually read all the way through it. Animal DNA was found in the tuna, but 19 of the 20 scoops they tested from 20 different locations, 19 of the 20 had no DNA of tuna in it.
That is unsettling.
Yeah.
Because then what
So
is it? It's not even meat.
it was animal DNA. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 19 of the 20 had no animal DNA.
No
They had no
tuna
tuna.
DNA.
No
Yeah,
tuna DNA.
yeah. But they had animal DNA.
I've eaten so many. Tuna was my go-to. I haven't touched one since.
Oh, but yeah.
Ooh, Gary Bates gonna buy a reefer trailer with that grant money. Okay, there you go. Steve, I have a 12-volt fridge and I've had no issues. Yeah, and you know what? Get yourself a little suitcase generator if you're if you really want to step it up.
Yeah.
Um, full size APU anymore is a rough pill to swallow. 15 grand or better. So much can be done with just setting up your own system these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of videos on that.
Yeah. I basically been sitting here for hell, I probably got a 34-hour restart in at this point, and I have spent $18 on gasoline sitting here.
And comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Um,
some guys right now that are just never shutting their truck off, and I'm just like, not only the fuel, but just the harm to that emission system.
yes.
There's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
I've probably idled an hour, hour and a half in that 34 just to charge the truck batteries. But we talked about that earlier. Battery tender is on the way. So
yeah,
once I get that, there won't be no reason to idle for that.
yeah. Calvin says 2020 is at the auction. I think it was Ritchie Brothers like 3 months ago. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. Andrew's got a special load board for you. Best rate.
Kadurka
Bodega.
Durka. Huh?
There you go. Dealership still have your gray Mac? If so, I might be interested. They still had it when I bought that silver truck. They had it sold twice, but the people's financing kept falling through. Talking to the dealer, and he says that's happening a lot lately. Is people put money down on a truck and tie it up, and it takes a month, 3 weeks to a month to get it all settled, and then it can't go through because they lose the financing. So
I wonder if that
I know he had it
is.
sold at least twice.
Next time you talk to him, follow up on that. I got questions. Why is that? Is it because they're getting stricter on financing, or they're worried about equipment prices, or
I don't know. He says they've come off the huge down payments and the super high interest. He says it's come back down to life, a little bit. Um, I'm wondering if it's because people can't come up with the down payment they said they were going to have. Just speculation. I don't. I'll be talking to him soon. I'll ask him. Every time I'm cooking in the truck, I have a hell of a time getting that food smell to stop lingering in the rig. Any tips? Open windows doesn't do it. Just mix a little pork and beans in there, and you'll make your own air freshener. That ought to do it.
I don't know. I mean, I cook in the truck I cooked 6 hamburger patties in here the other night, just getting some food prep done for the week. I mean, literally for an hour, I was hitting that George Foreman grill with 4 hamburger patties like every 10 minutes. So, I don't know. Like, I don't have much problem with it. I open the windows anytime I'm cooking to, let the smoke out, because that's probably where you're getting your smell from, is from the smoke. So, I got a little clamp on fan. I usually put blowing in the back to blow the smoke, up toward the front, so it'll go out the windows. And yeah, I don't really have much problem with it.
Okay. Andrew says I had one of those ELD mandate scammers call me back pissed because I hung up on him so he could hang up on me. Still recovering from the trauma.
You don't hang up on me, I hang up on you.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, that was me doing that, by the way. I work scamming part-time.
Yeah,
Side
pays
hustle.
well. Pays pretty good. You may only make a sale 1 out of every 1,000 calls, but boy, it pays off big.
Yeah. That's why I've got 3 headsets in this truck. They keep going dead because I'm over here scamming everybody.
Shannon Thomas Trucking in the house. There we go. Cents per mile, same here. Just made chicken, windows open, fan blowing. Still smells like a dang kitchen, man. Just make sure you're cooking stuff that smells good. Throw some,
Yeah,
potpourri and lavender in every meal, and it'll smell great.
yeah.
Mini dorm room freezer or small drinks works good as they're deeper than the 12-volt plug in. Take out a bottom cabin out of sleeper. Works good. Okay. I had a guy he put a full size, it wasn't quite a full size house refrigerator. And you saw that, right, Cash? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
This damn thing was 6 feet tall, if it wasn't 5.5. And it just wasn't quite as wide as a regular house refrigerator. And I tell you what, we went through batteries about every 4 months. Couldn't figure out why. Holy crap. That alternator had just been screaming every day. Tuna's got no DNA in it. That's what she said. Oh. Oh.
I beg to differ here.
George Wilson's heading to bed. Gary, have you seen my email follow up yet? I have, but you didn't really ask me anything, so I didn't answer. But if you need something, let me know. Let me know. There was no attachments. If there was supposed to be an attachment, it wasn't there. Moet Lysol buddy works airtime. Steve Spanslow says, "Great advice, guys. Thank you." The bodega is the way to go, right? Has anybody got a better
Yeah.
suggestion? I've had 2 guys
I,
have them, and they absolutely love them.
yeah. So I've got something ordered right now. It's basically the same thing, but about half the price. So I found a 48-quart 12-volt freezer on Amazon for $179. We'll test it and see, but it's rated. It's the same size as the bodega. But I'm gonna give it a try. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it in here. I mean, I am like, I am packed in here. I figured the truck weighed like 16,000 pounds when I got it. Probably weighs 18.5 now. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I take stuff out, but then I just end up immediately replacing it with something. So
something heavier.
Yeah. I've got a butane stove. I've got an electric stove. I've got, I mean, I could basically run a catering service out of this truck.
Yeah. Moet says, "What's your percentage if you sign on to DIY carrier?" Diff, you got your own trailer? Is it mine? You buying a truck for me? What are we doing? Your truck, my trailer is 80-20. However, I do it a little bit differently. It is 80% to me and 20% goes to you. That's my new thing now. I
Nice.
keep the bigger percentage.
Nice. That's revolutionary. I like that.
I'm a trendsetter. I've always said that.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't mess around.
So, Cash, you're the India scammer trying to call me to download your app when I was loading turkeys out of North Carolina. Blocked. Sorry, Charlie.
Don't worry. I got 7 million phone numbers. I'll get back to you tomorrow. So I just a little thing here. I checked in somewhere the other day, and they said, "Okay, you're checked in. Go park in the staging area," or they said, "Go park," and then, so coincidence or not, before I could even get lined up to pull into a parking spot, my phone started ringing, and it was a new sales pitch I had never got before, and I was like, did that son of a bitch in there immediately just give my phone number to I swear to God, dude. I swear to, and I'm pretty sure it did. I'll talk more about it to you next time we talk off the air, but I want to run it by you and see what you thought. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the person in there just immediately, yeah. So, was it you or someone else telling me that they had I believe it was a security guard trying to sell them a product like a Herbalife
That
type
was me.
thing? Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. Hey, why I got you here and you can't do nothing about it? Let me run the sales pitch on you real
Yeah.
quick.
And I also had a mechanic try to get me on his energy drinks.
Mm,
A Caterpillar
yes.
mechanic.
Nice. Nice.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a good way to be.
There we go. Shannon Thomas has got a Apicool, API cool, Apicool
Yeah, that was
freezer
one of those
fridge
brands. That
is
was one of the brands I've seen on Amazon.
is working great. Thumbs up, loving it. Paid about 300 ish for it. Keep it nicely on the top bunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that was one of the brands I'd seen. I had seen one though. You could get like a 48 quart for. I mean, they were down in like the low 200s on those prices now. I was like, dang, because I remember like 10 years ago, I looked at a 12-volt freezer and it was like $1,200. I was like, woo, them
Wow.
little Chinese kids are really getting the price down on this stuff.
Now that bodega, one thing I don't know, is that 12 volt or do you plug it into your inverter?
I think it works both ways. I think it has a. I think it might be. I don't know. Yeah, this one I'm looking at straight 12-volt though, because that's what I searched for was 12-volt freezers.
Okay. I had a guy that had the first guy that had the bodega. He did the pre-packaged keto meals. What the hell are they called? They were
I
really
know what service you're talking about.
Yeah, they were really good, but they're like
Yeah.
$8 a meal. And then he would load up the freezer. He could get like 2 cases in that big freezer. And then like every 3 weeks he would stop by and he'd get a delivery. And he had his own freezer in my shed and put them all in there. And then he'd stop by and fill his freezer up. Be good for another 3 weeks. Made it pretty economical.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want it because earlier this week I stopped. Oh, I can't remember what day it was I stopped, but I loaded up. I think it might have been last Friday, and I loaded up the fridge back there because basically my Freightliner fridge and freezer is just all meat. And I kind of didn't cook enough through the weekend, and I had a lot of stuff that was like cook, buy, or freeze, and I'm like, well, damn, now I'm in a position to where I gotta, start cooking some of this. So I was just in here, like, I literally had the butane stove and the George Foreman going at the same time. I was in here, like, I was cooking the hell out of some stuff, but I didn't get to all of it. Had a little issue with a reefer I had to deal with, and then I had to throw away, 2 packs of prime rib hamburger patties at like $10 a piece. So I'm like, at what point does that freezer pay for itself if I got to start throwing meat away?
Yeah, stuff's expensive now, man. It doesn't. The payback on things is gonna be real freaking quick.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, those packs of hamburger patties had went a couple days past the Best Buy, and I popped them open, and they had that little sweet smell to them, and I was like, yeah, I don't like pooping off a guardrail, so I think I'll just have to.
Is that a shot at me? Yeah, did I ever tell you what I did years ago? I had just one of those plug-in coolers, and I put raw pork loin in the bottom, and sat in there. I went out to California, and I think I didn't cook them till on my way back on my George Foreman, and I ate them. Oh my gosh, nothing like food poisoning from spoiled pork. Oh, did I get sick? Yeah, I think I left a piece of myself all over the side of a mountain on the I-40.
No, I was referencing me and you did a live one time. We were talking about perching up on a guardrail. We were parked too close to a guardrail to get over there, and you had to perch on top of it and poop off a bridge or something. I will never forget that live show. But
How
yeah,
could you?
yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting rid of some stuff and moving some stuff around in this truck. And the thing is, I need one where the cooling fan and system is on like one side, because I've seen a couple of them where they have vents that go like on the short side all the way around, and where I want to put it at the end of my bunk, I'm like, I can't put it in there like that because the thing's going to need a lot of airflow. But I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, mow it 2 years minimum. Definitely, usually like more though. How much
Yeah.
refinance me a truck for? I definitely have a down payment, but we'll need your help when it comes to business card. I'd like to start my own authority one day. Talk
Yeah,
about it when the time
DIY.
comes.
Yeah, come in there and teach him everything you know and have him go become your competition.
There you go. There you go. That's why I take the 80% and leave you with right.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, it's innovative. 48 quart Epicool is a freezer in the smaller compartment, refrigerates all in one. Okay, that'll
Okay.
work.
Yeah, I want mine to be all freezer because I got the cooler and a fridge. So it's like I want. One thing I want is like those steamable bags of like vegetables.
I know something you didn't want.
A
Whoa, God, that
mustache.
freaking mustache, man! You gotta warn me before you put that thing in my face like that.
Oh, that's the wrong jug, dude.
He's watering his
No, it's not.
mustache. He's not drinking water. He's watering his mustache. It's like a chia pet. Chia.
Oh God.
What are you
Yeah,
still doing
hell
up?
yeah.
Uh, I work for a corporate company now, so like I'm under all these pressures and stresses and have to sign all these damn documents and be told what I need to get by an insurance company, even though I'm an independent business owner, being
Ah,
forced to do things.
I love force.
Um,
My favorite thing.
you know,
Are you staying up and studying your employee manual like a good boy?
uh, so I had a couple of accidents. I used it to wipe myself.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I think of that employee manual.
I got the signed receipt. That's all I needed.
I create my own employee manual. I'm not an employee.
Wow, he's still the hostilities hasn't kind of tamed down any. Are you detecting that?
I don't know. By the way, I don't know why I'm still awake.
Is the hostility coming from the mustache?
No.
Oh man. You got a 5 a.m. delivery.
Yeah, and I'm 2 hours away.
Let's see if he's out of hours.
Set myself up perfect. No, I'm not out of hours. I set myself up perfect.
I think I just got a 34-hour restart in. So your bodega, Fate, how many quarts is that thing?
What is this? 54, I believe it is.
Damn, that thing's huge.
It's
Everything,
like
man.
a regular size, like camping cooler, I guess I would call it.
What about how does it compare to like the Coleman coolers you see in the truck stops all the time? You know those
You're yeah. So the bodega is like, it has an actual compressor. It's
I'm talking size wise. How does it compare to like that Coleman?
Oh, it's bigger.
Okay.
Because those Coleman ones, you can't, like, you know how you have to leave space for the fan? You can't put stuff right up to them.
Right.
This doesn't have that. It's like a refrigerator and freezer. You know what I mean? In the shape of a cooler.
Because I found one on Amazon that is like right at $200 for a 48 quart freezer. It goes to -4 degrees.
Yeah, that's what this one goes to.
It's Chinese Johnny brand, so hell, it might last 10 years and it might last 4 days. But I thought for that price, it might be worth taking a long shot on it.
Yeah. So I paid. I want to say the retail price was $500, but I bought it like I think Christmas Day, or maybe the day after Christmas, and it was marked down considerably when I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
It's
got
a
to figure
game
out a place
changer.
to put it. Yeah, I got to figure out a place to put it. That's my thing because I want it just for the freezer, like steamed vegetables and like when I can't cook meat, but I can keep it longer. So,
Well, this is
um,
way too big. Like if that's what you really just want to use it
I
for,
see that.
this is too big for that because yes, it's a dual purpose, but it's a dual purpose, but it has like a center sleeve that if you take out that center sleeve, then it's either a refrigerator or freezer. And this would, I mean, you could put a month and a half worth of like meat and vegetables in this freezer, just the freezer if you wanted to.
that's what I eat in about a week. There, I'm about a most people's month is my week.
Fate, the way the light hits your nose, if you put glasses on, you'd look like Humpty Hump.
I like my oatmeal
Humpy.
lumpy. It is like this. The light's only hitting the nose. Oh my God!
Can
It
you do?
is.
Could I bother you to do the Humpty Hump? Would you mind?
I don't know what that
I do
is.
the Humpty Hump.
Yeah.
I do
First, you
the
limp to
Humpty
the
Hump.
side like your leg was broken.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
no,
Okay.
I
What's the
pass.
What's the lyric that goes with that? He says, "I like my name is Humpty. I like my oatmeal lumpy."
Straight gangsta Mac. Sometimes I get ridiculous.
Uh,
Don't even ask me why I know Digital Underground
uh,
songs.
You know a lot of
so
rap songs.
yeah, yeah. You know
You
that.
called me today asking about that. Hey, how do I put cool rap music to my truck show video?
I wasn't after rap
I
music. I was just after music.
no, you said rap. I
Well,
want
because it's by
hardcore rap.
yeah. I was looking. Honestly, I
Your
was looking
exact
for some
words.
Wu Tang to put behind my truck show. I'll be honest. Just
Mm.
trying to get
I know.
ODB in there.
Ooh. What have you guys been talking about? I shut you off for a while.
How dare you? It's been all
Oh,
about you.
I
I
don't
thought I
believe
had
you.
triggered you with bodega talk.
No, I was laying down and I heard my phone go off and saw that was a StreamYard and couldn't believe that DIY was still awake.
I actually meant to send you that earlier. I just looked at my email. I'm like, oh, I never hit the send button.
I don't mind. I'm just a number nowadays.
Paul Harris has the Coleman. It's hard to control the temp. I'm about to get the bodega. Speaking of, did Fate ever do the video on his? Did you ever do a video on your bodega?
I have not.
You're welcome. You should probably do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably should.
Yeah, the Coleman is a cooler. That's why I mean, like, I keep like a case of water in mine. Just it's for drinks. Like, I don't really trust it with groceries.
Yeah. So you were saying where you want to put it. So mine's on the ground right now, in between like the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and I have just enough room to get by. However, I did have it on the top bunk and strapped it down. That actually worked really well. I just got tired of lifting it up and down every time I went home because I do
Yeah.
bring it home with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. My top bunk is packed to the gills. I'm thinking about building a shelf at the foot of my bed. So, like, it'll be up where it's not in the way of my feet going wherever they want to go. And yeah,
Then how do you get the lid open? Will there be
there's
enough
pretty
room?
good. Yeah, there's a lot of room between the bottom bunk and the top bunk.
We back. We back?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear you now.
we never left.
Oh, I was buffering there for a second.
Nah, we was in people's hearts the whole time,
Ah,
and in a few of them's head.
we own some space in there, don't we?
So you brought up the bodega, so I'm just going to talk about it for a minute. If you allow me to, I actually took out my truck refrigerator / little freezer in the Mac to replace it with this, just because of like capacity. I could have more things in this than what fits in one of those little old school refrigerators.
Yeah.
How many days worth of vegetables can you store in the mustache?
Not many yet. It's
Oh.
not. It's not at that level. This has only been, I don't know, maybe 4 days, 5 days.
Can you strain soup with it yet?
Not yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
I say set it on fire. Soak it in kerosene, set it on fire.
No, I'm going to do something with it.
Shave it immediately? Can I suggest that?
No, it's staying. The wife hates it, but
She always did have good judgment.
The wife's on
sounds
vacation.
smart.
I'm in the truck. I'll do what I want.
I would say
Wow.
if I were you, full Hulk Hogan with it. I'd
Somebody
Walrus?
else said that, but I have a scar on this side of my face. I got hit with a
Even
hockey
better.
puck.
Even
Hair,
better.
hair doesn't grow there anymore.
It makes it look even cooler. It accentuates the toughness.
Mm-hmm. Old school twisted, he says. Cents per mile says.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that. I like that look.
Oh yeah. Oh, we would never make fun of that.
Hey, whatever.
If you fill the extra space in a cooler with a gallon jug or bottles of water, it'll run more efficient. Works for home
Yes.
fridge, freezer too. Yeah, water
Yeah.
battery. Call that a
Yeah.
water battery.
Yeah, it's like your fuel tanks on your truck. You'll get better fuel mileage if you keep them full.
Of water?
Yes.
Water
no,
jugs in them? Throw water bottles
yeah,
down in there?
water bottles. Throw water bottles in there. Hell, cheaper, throw the pee bottles in there. Get the
Yeah.
use out of it first.
Exactly.
You know, and then you'll ride around. Your tanks will be full all the time.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever go home with full tanks.
That's
Go out
a
of business.
It's a waste.
You will when your company switches the days they take fuel out of your checks without telling you. That's just corporate. You know, they push things in and don't tell anybody. And I'm sure the employee, the employee doesn't care.
Good thing you didn't notice all the other things they did.
Does the company handbook involve any harassment?
No, and I actually
portion?
brought that up. We should have a sexual harassment, or the company should have a sexual harassment pamphlet of some sort.
This is it. It's training on how to do it. It will not be tolerated. However, it will be scored.
I don't understand. You're over my head.
That's not a very good sexual harassment. Try again.
Oh, I'm supposed to sexually harass you?
I promote it.
Oh, I pass. We're not at a Love's bathroom.
You wish.
That was fucking. That was great. That was great. Anyways, what else? What else you want to make fun of me about?
Ron Jeremy anymore?
No, I found out he's like a sexual predator.
That's a bummer.
Can't be having that.
I guess it goes with the mustache.
I'd say the greasy hair look. And my hair is super short.
Yeah.
The hair on your head.
The hair on my head, yes.
What about that mop top under your nose?
Well, we're gonna keep.
What's your favorite AC/DC song?
Ooh, So I'll listen to AC/DC. I don't know like their song names.
Isn't there one about a stiff upper lip?
There is.
If you say so.
Yeah, I think that's your favorite AC/DC song.
I should be asleep. Why are you doing this to me at freaking 10 minutes to 11?
Because it's
Pick on
not
your
12
company
minutes to
guy. He
11.
just sits around. You know,
He's living that
how many
State Fair life.
how many loads has your company driver been late to in a week? Can he even get stuff off his trailer?
This is not his fault. Why are you so hostile to him? He's a really
It's
nice
not
guy.
his fault. Yeah, you say so. Taking my money.
He likes your videos.
Oh, he knows who I am?
Yes.
Oh,
If
Then I'm
any luck,
sorry.
you'll meet him next weekend, and now he can pound your ass into oblivion.
I won't get out of the truck.
I'm teasing. Kelly's Kitchen says, I don't believe you about the fridge. You won't even put a microwave in. Hey, I like to live that cold SpaghettiOs life.
Yeah,
Cold SpaghettiOs are the way to go.
I was kind of referencing that earlier, Kelly, when I was talking about who would drive without even a microwave, and he kind of glossed over that a little quick. I thought.
I got it.
I was like, who would live on sardines and SpaghettiOs?
Hey,
And breathe in carbon monoxide all night.
Sardines and SpaghettiOs is how you lose 40 pounds. Just saying.
Oh, okay. I thought it was hanging out over there at the Punjabi Princess place you're at right now.
The food over here is great. It don't smell great in here, but the food is wonderful.
Yeah, hey, cents per mile or whoever was talking about having that food smell in their truck earlier. Hey, stop cooking curry in there.
Yeah.
Stop boiling curry for 8 hours a day.
Stop broiling goat's meat in your truck.
He just keeps a pot of curry on the burner back there while he's going down the road. He's got a slow cooker full of curry.
Oh.
Hey, did you see what Mudflap came out with?
What's that?
A fleet fuel card.
Yeah, I bet it's no good. There's only one fleet fuel card worth having.
Please elaborate.
I don't know what it is yet. I still have to find it.
I like that logo behind you there, DIY. That's pretty slick.
Thank you. I made that myself.
Diamond plate says DIY Semi. I feel like you're sitting in front of another logo though. I feel like there's possibly another logo.
The other logo is yet to be installed.
Oh, okay. I'll let it go then.
All right. Paul E says, get better miles per gallon. Water that thing down a little.
That's what
cheap
she
freight
said.
hauler. Yeah, cheap freight hauler says the pee bottle should be going to the DEF tanks.
Oh, yeah, I've been pooping in the DEF tank. I've been doing it all wrong. Damn it. I knew I was having trouble.
Is that why you eat all that Taco Bell? It's more liquefied?
Yeah, because I was having a hard time getting that in there. I've been smashing that thing with a broom handle for 3 days now. I couldn't get it to work right.
Oh, I knew it was going to come to this. Somehow we'll get here.
Hey, at 2.5 hours in, I'm allowed to say anything I want.
Yes, we are. I'm surprised one of us ain't drunk and passed out by now.
Oh.
How did you find that out, Fate?
How did I find what out?
I don't know.
Everything.
If you need to replace a certain contractor, hit me up. Oh, no.
Oh.
I heard there's one that's very unhappy. I ain't getting rid of none, but, I heard somebody's quitting.
Are you serious?
Huh?
Somebody's quitting?
Yeah, angry when I heard. He was really angry about everything.
Very unhappy. Minnesota Kid says you said you got $35K for trading in the Mac. I don't remember exactly what I got. That was 5 months ago? 4 months ago?
It was something in that
30.
ballpark.
Didn't I get 30 for it?
was like 31 or
30,
something.
31, 32.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember. I'd have to go back and I might have lied in my video too. I don't know.
What's up with the orange truck these days?
I drove it today.
Hmm.
For what?
I had to go pick up my trailer from the reefer shop.
Oh.
How
about the classic?
I drove
When's that?
Hey, get this. The thing's been sitting almost exactly a year. It sat through the winter with no antigel in it. It hasn't been started since I drove it home was that September? So
Yeah.
darn near almost a year. Batteries froze solid. They were completely junk. Like they do nothing. So I just put 2 new batteries in it and disconnected the other 2. Turned the key on, hit the button. She didn't even spin over twice. Fired right up. Like
Nice.
nothing ever happened. Like I figured the filters probably needed filters, probably lost its fuel prime. Fired right off.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Is the company driver Adam Bennett? It is not. Cents per
I didn't
mile.
know yard.
Go ahead.
I just didn't know yard ornaments are supposed to fire up and start.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We even used it in a video.
Look at you.
Chat GPT calls that thing a lip sweater. Not because it's like a sweater you wear, but just there's sweat dripping off it all the time.
I
Go ahead.
just did a Chat GPT on it. They called it a Key West butt tickler.
2.5 hours in. That's where we go. Fabricated can holder in the engine bay somewhere so you can throw it in there and let it. So I like to throw it up in the windshield and turn the defrosters on. That's how I heat up my SCADIOs or soup, tomato soup. Name it DIY. Shame on you, freight hauler. Don't no, get away, go away. That isn't the sexual harassment policy pounded into Bolivian. Oblivion, you mean?
Bolivia.
Why did the mustache apply for a job? It wanted to get a handlebar on its career. Oh.
What a low life.
Fate, did you indeed get busy in a Burger King bathroom?
Burger King. I hate
Yes.
Burger King. I've never been in a Burger King bathroom.
Oh. DIY's contractors and company drivers spend too much time in hotels. I'll second that.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Is there like a requirement, like X amount of days a year you have to be in a hotel if you lease on over there or work over there?
We need to get a corporate lodging discount. Dancing like MC Hammer on crack. Is that you also?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Now that makes the show. Velox 18. Fate looks like a fireman.
Velox.
You look like every Rhode Island state trooper.
He's probably out repoing tonight, just loving this, laughing his ass off.
You look like
somewhere in Tennessee.
Freddie Mercury circa 1980.
That mustache looks like a Connecticut marriage license.
All right. I'm going to bed. This is.
That was the wrong bottle.
No. I'm out of. Oh, I got one more.
Yeah, save it. You'll need it for later.
You'll need the acid in that Coke to flush that out of your mustache. You sleeping where you're at, or you're going to your customers?
Whatever I decide to do is what I'm going to do.
Well, what I was getting,
didn't know I needed to inform you.
My follow-up question was, where are you dropping that trailer to go see a movie?
Oh, I'm too late for that. I I actually checked. I actually was gonna go meet up with some people tonight, but it was too late in the night.
Oh, your new East Coast friends.
Yep.
Steal my friends.
Oh.
Must be nice.
Respect. Respect.
Well, that's too bad you couldn't make it, Steve.
Right? That's classic.
Cheap Freight Hauler says, meow. He is a bit catty. He is a bit catty. CJ Hudson says, Fate, the true example of a glutton for punishment. It's all in good fun most of the time, I'm sure. Well, sometimes. I prefer to refer to him as a gluten for punishment.
Yes.
Is that mustache gluten-free?
Definitely GMO.
It is an organism, that's for sure.
Genetically modified for sure.
Yes. It's doubly true.
So funny.
Fate wants to be Tom Selleck from Magnum PI. Yes, you missed that part of the show earlier. Is that mustache a tax write-off?
Can I ask a dumb question? I watch a TV show and I believe it's Tom Selleck.
Okay.
Is Tom Selleck is he the police commissioner in Blue Bloods? Is that Tom Selleck?
Yes, I think we only made 6 jokes about that already tonight.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Magnum PI, but I've seen Blue Bloods.
Get the hell off my show.
Oh, I love that show.
Okay.
That's one of the shows that the wife and I binge when I go home.
No.
Netflix and chill.
You're not supposed to do that with your wife.
Oh.
You're supposed to do that like with your wife's best friend.
No.
Yeah, you look like a super trooper.
So.
Yeah, hey, you could always, when next time you get pulled over, you could always be like, oh, we got the same stash.
Yeah, ex-officer here. Brotherhood. Right? Hey, we should all need to stick together.
Yeah. See, when I was a trooper, I used to overlook all the overweight trucks.
Was that mustache what put you overweight on your steers? Wasn't my steers. I'm not gonna live that down. That's for sure. Hence, don't cross any scales.
Oh, is that your new life motto? I'm not against it.
Can I ask a quick question? Did that scale have pre-pass?
No. No. Just I don't know. I did something dumb.
What's the story behind that?
I already said it last night.
Oh.
Was that yesterday? Cash's live?
Probably.
I scaled the load, had to pick up another load. I underestimated the weight of the last stop. And then just woke up from the shipper and left. I should have slid my tandems. I blame the broker.
Ooh, don't do that. Next time you want to go to Delaware State Fair, you're going by yourself.
They were texting. Well, yeah, they were watching earlier.
Yeah. DB215 in the house. What's up, fellas? Hey, we were talking about you earlier in your interview with the UPS guy. That was a good one. That's a good one. It's good to get the facts right from the contract. Got a flatbed if you want to haul that stash out of Minnesota. Couple $100 to install a right way scale on the trailer. See, but the load had been scaled, right? Did you miss that part?
Not after the third load was put on.
But you scaled it after the second pickup, right?
Yes, because I felt heavy.
You were at your limit, right?
just about at my limit. Like I said, I underestimated the weight of my last stop. It was supposed to be 1 pallet. It was more than 1 pallet, and I underestimated the weight.
Of your mustache.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So a right way scale would have helped in that situation.
It would have. But why spend a couple $100?
When
Does
you
it
could spend 30. No,
didn't affect me at all?
I know. That's a great part of it, right? That's why I get
I'm
to get
sorry.
that much. That's why I get to
such
get so
a
much.
rude thing to say.
That's why I get away with the mustache jokes. Blue
So
Ink Tech
rude.
Bluetooth scales. There you go.
Yeah.
Get it right to your
Yeah,
phone.
they're off. So I actually contacted them. He did a great Velox when he used to be a truck driver, before he got into what he's doing now. He did a bunch of videos on that, and I actually called them and talked to them, and they told me that it wasn't precise, that it could be off 300 to 500 pounds. And then I asked them, well, if I get an overweight ticket, will you pay it the same way like a CAT scale would? And they told me no. So
300 to 500 pounds is a lot.
yeah, it is.
I mean, CAT scale. If you read the fine print on the CAT scale, I think they say they could be off up to 200 pounds, right?
Yep. But if you like I said,
Yeah,
they
if you get a
guarantee if you get a ticket, they pay it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're getting a right way system then?
No.
How are we gonna fix this going forward?
Fix what?
These overweight issues.
Well, like I'm the only one to ever get an overweight ticket.
Yeah, the only other one, he don't work here anymore.
Was that because of the
2 of 'em.
overweight ticket?
The other 2 guys. Yeah, we're gonna say it was. Really wasn't.
Fantastic.
But I told them both.
Can always
take
go
that,
get a company job.
I told them both, take that silly looking mustache and get the hell out of here. Oh, even cheap freight haulers piling on you now. Typical company driver response.
No, hey, come on. Anybody that knows me knows that, even you, I don't like making mistakes. I've done this my entire adult life. I don't like making mistakes. It was a mistake. The benefit was, hey, you know what? You can give me all the crap you want about getting an overweight violation, not a ticket, a violation. But you know what? You had a truck get a level 1 inspection and his logs looked at with nothing that they could find wrong on either the truck, trailer, or the logs.
I told you that.
That benefits you.
Yeah, those are all the nice things we say behind the scenes. On a DIY live stream, we just give you metric tons of crap about it. Then behind the scenes, we're all, hey, good job. It could have been worse. It's gonna be all right, buddy.
So I had a clean inspection.
No.
Yeah.
Did you read the paper? Did you read the inspection form? It
Yeah.
says 1,900 pounds overweight. That's not a clean inspection.
Did you have to sign that and turn it back in?
Yes,
I did.
We both did.
I'm gonna read it here real quick.
That's not a clean inspection if it's got to be returned.
Exactly.
Vehicle.
So you just stressed how you don't like to make mistakes, but yet you went with the mustache anyways.
Good call.
Cents per mile says he hauls overweight and doesn't even get overweight tickets.
That's because he has permits.
Right ways are more accurate than you'd expect to have one. Mine's dead on if I'm on level ground. Okay. My Teltec is pretty dead on. The one in my dash for my drives, the digital one, that thing's pretty spot on. If you calibrate it, every year or so.
Mine is too in the international.
I don't believe weight tickets hurt you. Overweight tickets don't go against the driver, or even overweight violations, I should say, not just tickets. They don't go against the driver's CSA. They go against the company's CSA. Got to
Which
scale the
affects
full.
all of us.
It does, but I mean, it's not a serious one. Now you need to shave your tom off. Where's the tom? I don't know. But anywho, oh jeepers. I can say the same except for the overweight part. I've been in a fatal accident with multiple people looking through all my stuff and they could find nothing wrong. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Can't even joke about that fatal accident. I have a very good friend that had a fatality accident, and it was not in any way his fault, and just never been the same since.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy that happened to. A car pulled out right in front of him in winter, and he drove. It was a Camaro, and he drove right over it and killed the girl. And he was never the same.
Oof. Man, yeah, I bet. Just kidding. I got an $18,000 overweight ticket once. Holy cow!
Damn it, boy.
Well, I think it's time to call it, boys. What do you think? 2.5 hours? Good enough.
Been a good one.
It was
That's
good.
You got to get up early and hit that keyboard.
I do. Thanks everybody for the super chats. Gary Bates, Steve Fanslow, Adam Bennett, of course. Adam Bennett won the live stream. Steve Fanslow again. Snorlord. Steve Fanslow again. Holy, no, 100. Steve was right up there though. He almost tied with the Adam Bennett, but thank you everybody, and try to do it more often here. We gotta put some videos together, get back in the algorithms. But
yes,
we used to do this all the time. We needed to get back to doing it more regular. Cash, miss doing the live streams with you.
Yeah,
and it's all my fault. I'll take the blame for it. 7 Minnesota kid got it. The me, myself, and Irene references. Good stuff.
Oh, I got it too. I just didn't want to
laugh at yourself.
Keep picking on myself. Although in the beginning of the movie, I could get thirsty, I guess.
Give me your best me, myself, and Irene reference. Or impersonation.
When he's at the grocery store.
What does he what does he do?
He's in line to get.
Do it like him. Do an impersonation.
I'll try. Okay. How does it go?
And
hold on. No.
Okay.
Hold on.
Might want to go full screen for this.
All right.
Oh, wait a second. Let me get you full screen. Hold on. How do I do that? No, not me.
What does he say?
Click on him at the bottom upper left on his icon.
There we go.
All right. We need a price check on veg.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
All right.
All these years and he still doesn't see it coming.
Just walks straight in a room with guys with machetes and never sees it coming.
I mean, you saw that coming, right?
Yes. That's why I wanted you to go solo with it. It was like, yeah.
All right, everybody. Just in the, got to keep the tradition going here. I never get tired of that. All right. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time.
Later.